like we're live now, by the way. Anything we say shall be used against us.
Right. Okay.
Just so you know.
I'm here.
That's always a good warning.
G'day.
I've already got 8 people out there. Who we got? Zebulon's out there. G'day, Zebulon. Armageddon.
Hey, gentlemen.
George. Yeah. And Judy's out there. G'day, Judy. How are you?
Hey, 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 Judy. Hey, again, love.
And I'm just putting up the chat in there on the screen there.
Hey,
Post that in there. It should appear now, hopefully. There we go. Hey,
g'day, Larry. Hey, again, mate.
hey Larry. It's good morning. It's 9 o'clock here. It's going to be late. We got I got caught out bait click today. I was at work today, and I don't usually have YouTube on at work, obviously, but I had a thing come up saying, SpaceX, gone live on YouTube.
Oh,
I
yeah.
clicked on it, and I thought,
Yeah.
oh, this is a countdown. I'm sure the countdown got scrubbed, but I couldn't find anything saying it wasn't live. And I was checking through, and I sent a little text to Matt and stuff, and saying this is a bit weird, saying it's going to launch in 20 minutes, and I'm thinking that
Yeah.
can't be right because it doesn't go off till tomorrow. And
Yeah.
that's John Stock's in here with us, everyone.
Okay.
Say good day,
G'day.
John. Um, and so it gets down, and oh yes, then they're going to scrub it. I thought, oh okay, this is a replay, but it says it's live, and then it goes to Elon Musk, and Elon Musk is selling crypto. I realised it was click, just clickbait to buy crypto to get crypto off Mr. Musk. That was obviously just replaying the same stuff, so I have to wait. I think the actual launch is tomorrow. Or what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday. So yes, our 20th, but 19th on the date. So hopefully I'll try and catch that.
It'd be fantastic to watch because it's one of the biggest rockets ever launched. Oh, mate.
Oh, Alan, good to see you, mate.
Imagine
Yeah, sorry, John, you were saying.
yeah, yeah, the biggest rocket ever launched. It'd be amazing to watch, wouldn't it? Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Imagine the force of the reverb of those engines coming towards you.
Yes. Well, because I think that we're going to see a lot more of those than we are going to see with the NASA ones, to be honest with you, in the future. So Alan, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Good. How you feeling, mate?
Quite a bit better. Still got the tail end of the cough. Just won't bloody go away.
Oh, that's no good.
And it's not a lot of fun where I managed to pull a muscle in my chest either.
No. Ooh.
The pain of that breathing in every time kind of put me off wanting to talk to anybody.
Yes,
for a bit.
I can imagine. I understood that was probably going to be the case.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I got a new. Actually, you have to look out into the YouTube channel. I got a new title to put out. Where is it?
Yeah.
This one, yeah. This new screen to put up when I'm going to start flat earth stuff to keep people worried. So, just so everyone's warned.
Warning.
Because I do have some. I've got to share. I've got to do this right. I've got to share this in here in Discord first.
Should be warning dickheads ahead.
Well, particularly it's the first one I've got. This one, you guys can see it. They can't see it out there yet. Um, I found this one up. I've sort of been trying to troll through and find some content. Something to discuss. But, where are we? Sorry, I'm just setting it up out there. I've got to push the right buttons. Then we've got to push. What's missing? Where are you? Where are you? Not that one. Not that one. Yeah, no, not that one. Where are you? Great. There he is. Okay, there we go. Yep. So, I'm looking for controversial topics to discuss.
Mud flows.
Sorry, mud floods.
Yes.
Mud floods. That's got to be. I've been trying to work out what's. I mean, there's a few things sillier than flat Earth, and mud floods is definitely one of them.
Oh, yeah. They are dirty. I remember years ago with Terry, we watched one of these mud flood videos, and the idiot was looking at some. The idiot was looking at towns in Norfolk and Suffolk. Right? And of course, a lot of our buildings have half basements.
Yeah.
And why do they only have half basements? Because if you have a full basement, you're going to hit the water.
Yeah. That's. But I just like, how do you have this idea that somehow all these buildings, which, you know, maybe a few hundred years old at the best, you know, got covered in a worldwide mud flood and no one knows about it?
Well, 90% of the buildings were foundation work, so that's why you had a basement, because you had to get to a stable situation. Say the ground wasn't, unstable, so you had to get to sort of like rock base. So you had to build down to the rock base to get to the foundation.
Yeah, that's right.
And then they call it.
I mean, and of course, over here, basements are really popular because they make really good storage rooms.
Oh, of course, that's good. American buildings have a lot of basements. Yeah, that's part of their.
I think the Americans have more basements than we have because we don't. You know, anything built in the last couple of hundred years probably doesn't have a basement unless it's a coal cellar.
Yeah.
G'day.
G'day, mate. There you go.
G'day.
Becky, here you go, mate.
Hey, John, how's it going, mate?
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah. And Alan. Morning. Oi, boy.
Morning.
How are you, boy?
Oh, I'm better than I have been. Although I still get a little tickly cough every now and then.
Oh, you've had the dreaded lurgy, have you?
I've had my biannual. Is that twice a year? I've had my spring and autumn tickly cough for the last 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that one.
It's kind of going around my family here as well. We've told we've had a cough and a cold sort of thing. I've only just sort of got over my cough, but luckily it wasn't too bad actually. One thing it actually put me out for almost about 3 or 4 days as I did my back in for some reason.
That's not good.
No.
I know how not good that is.
No, I know you do. Yeah. It's just like all I did was I just got out of my chair one day. I like stood up and my back just seized up, and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I thought, right, I'll sit back down and it'll go away in a minute, and it didn't.
Did it?
I couldn't move. No, so there's no way I could get out of the chair on my own, and there's no way I could go upstairs to bed. So I had to call my missus to come down, and this was funny. She wheeled me in my chair because it's an office type chair over to the sofa, and then sort of like manhandled me onto the sofa, and I spent the night on the sofa. Flat out. Oh dear, that was funny, that bit.
Oh,
It wasn't so painful.
yeah, I did it once, stepping out of the car,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I had to be sedated for a week.
Oh, no way. That bad. Jeez.
That bad.
Anyway,
Sedated,
on with the show.
sedated for a week to let it to let it relax back out again.
Yeah, it was the same. Yeah, I went a day and a half on the sofa before my back had relaxed enough so I could actually sort of go upstairs to bed with a bit more comfortable, a bit more flat out. And then that was another day in bed as well, another day or two, and then after it still hurts now, but it's not too bad now. It's doable. You know. Oh dear, us old fogies talking about all our pains and aches and things. Oh,
Pains
yes.
and ache. Deep Eaton Tiger Balm. Says start. Matt.
Anyway, dear chap, on with the show.
Yeah, we were talking about mud floods and basements. I was just Armageddon posted that he thought that Aussies have basements to hide the tourists killed by drop bears, but we don't have many basements in Australia. No, because we've got all this open space to hide all the tourists that are killed by the drop bears. We don't need basements for that.
Yeah. The only time I remember living in a house with a basement is when, because my father was in the army, we lived in Berlin. So you can kind of imagine why there was basements. Most houses had basements in Berlin.
Well, Australian houses are on stilts.
Yep, in Queensland. In Queensland, all the Queenslanders are on stilts. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 'cause
The reason why,
Flood.
because it's cooler, and of course, you've got a bunch of floods coming through.
Yeah. So you get floods from time to time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending where you are, yeah.
Yeah. I noticed Zevlon says that Nerd Alert keeps flatards in his basement.
Yeah,
That's not a bad idea.
I don't know. I wouldn't keep them anywhere. I'd put them somewhere else.
A lot of people seem to suggest that putting them on the rocket send them into space. No, it's a waste. People that want to go, send me. I'll go.
Yeah, send me.
I'll feed him to the ducks. That's my opinion.
Feed the ducks. Paul's ducks.
We come out.
No, I thought you fed the dead bodies to the pigs because they'll eat all of it.
That's right. That's true.
I hope you're not speaking from experience there, mate.
No, I know what he's referring to.
Yes,
It's that film, isn't it? Or is it Lock, Stock, or is it the other one? I forget which one.
No, it is well known that pigs will. The only thing you have to worry about is that there's one part of the human body that will pass through a pig.
Teeth.
The teeth.
Yeah.
But that's it.
I'll remember that.
Yeah, can't digest that. Because they can even crunch the bones, apparently. They could crunch the bones up as well.
Yeah.
But just not the teeth. It won't digest.
Yeah, there's a scene on the Walking Dead when they had another tribe to fed all this Walking Dead to the pigs, and then they said, we'll feed the pigs to the Walking Dead.
All right.
His farmer's finished his call.
Hey, that's the sort of meeting I like.
Hey, Forrest, boy, you all right, boy?
Are you right, boy?
All right, boy.
Bloody hell, we got a full house today, ain't we?
I
Right.
know. I was
We
thinking
do,
that.
yeah. That's
Even
good.
Alan's here. And even John.
Excuse me.
It's going to be a man.
What were you? I opened up YouTube first. What were you on about crunching up the bones but not the teeth? Were you talking about pigs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah, how to get rid of dead
Have we-
bodies.
Have we been watching Snatch?
That's the film. That's the film. Snatch, not Lock, Stock. Yeah.
Hence the saying, as greedy as a
Greedy
pig.
as a
Yeah.
pig. Yeah. Love that film.
Yeah, an awful lot of that is scarily true. And my dad used pigs. I don't think he was ever asked to dispose of anything like that.
Talking about pigs, is CC. Hey.
Yeah, you guys can see that. You can't see that out there. I was put up my flat Earth warning because I had this queued up first. Just happened to be the first one I picked on. So let's see what I was going to put CC on, and we'll see what he's up to. But
CC, here we go.
here we go. This is CC.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be.
Wife
CC
must be
here,
out.
Chris from New York,
Yeah, his wife must be out.
Westchester County.
Yeah, he's in the house.
It's 4/16, 2023. To my Greek friends out there, Tikanis. Kalimera. Hioniopola. Christos Agesti.
Fine, okay.
His audio's really low.
Yeah, let me see if I can push it up a bit.
And
Down here.
I'm not allowed out. That's right, I'm quarantined. I have this
I'm not surprised.
virus. And I've had it
I wouldn't
for
let you out
5
either.
years. Let's call it long virus. Okay.
Oh, this is the virus that doesn't exist. I don't know if you've seen his other videos. It's all fake, doesn't actually happen.
It's all fake, but he's not allowed out because he's got it.
Yeah, that's right.
Are the peanuts saying it?
No, they're not. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Peanuts. Sorry, Peanuts.
No, they still just got the warning.
Sorry.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, they don't
Or
now.
maybe
There you
more than
go.
that, 5 years, 7 years.
Oh,
I,
yeah.
who
Thanks for
knows? Who
that.
cares? It's called flat Earth. I know the Earth is flat. I know it's level. I know we live underneath
Go on then. Here's the evidence.
firmament
Well,
of some sort. We don't know
You can't tell you.
I've never
'cause
posted any
What's made
evidence.
of?
What are you on about?
ice.
No.
I
We don't
know.
know what's above us.
Ever.
Except water. That's what the Bible says, and it sure as shit looks like it. When we look at stars. Okay. I'm going to be using the FE Clock map, FE
Oh,
Clock
dear.
app
Ah.
to show you how much fun you can have with people.
I had
Oh, was
the-
that David Weiss
They're out
clock
there.
app?
Yeah, that's the one.
Right.
When I first got into this,
Doesn't work.
No. Well,
I used to walk around with a folder of pictures, you know, and of the moon landing and Apollo 11.
The one that's the one that's based on
nonsense
Google
that
Earth.
we all
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
saw. That's somebody. They got their ways.
That's based on a globe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just said, you know, this doesn't look right. You know, pictures do say a lot of words, and they have a great impact on people, especially when you're fed a globe. Okay. On a table in front of an authoritative
Quite a bit
figure,
echoey.
like a teacher.
is it?
And you have that
Yeah.
in front of you
Yeah.
for your
very good.
entire
Or is
high
it me?
school
I think it's him.
years.
It's got that real. He's got a lot of white noise in the background, and his sound's not very clear. Well, that's what I've got anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, probably is. Yeah.
Sorry. So, how am I sounding? Because Paul thought I was sounding a bit bad. So,
You're fine.
okay.
You sound fine. Timbo, I keep saying this, but I think you would be better off feeding the audio from the videos to Discord via the option in the Discord app.
Ah, this is for you guys.
It's
Yeah,
there
sorry. Yeah, I was doing that before, but I haven't done that. Hang on a sec.
Because I know it means you've got to change your stuff, but it works so much better because then we can set the audio for the video separately from the audio for you. Because I have to have you down about 80%.
Yes, yeah. So, what I could.
And in order to turn him up to hear him, I had to put it up to like 130.
Yeah, what I was doing before was sharing directly. So, yeah, I thought actually that was. So this is sharing directly that video to you. But you
And we
probably
get the audio, so
Yeah.
you just if you can avoid piping
Yeah,
the
I just got to
video
stop.
audio through
I
your
got to stop
mic.
piping myself to you. I think is the problem. So let me fix that up. I'll do that very quickly. So the where are we? That one goes there. And if I nick into here and change this so that you're getting just my mic separately rather than the feed from OBS. So you should be just getting my mic now, and you'll have my shared.
What would be
video.
better if we all chipped in, right, to pay for Zoom for a month each month?
No, well, I think
So if we all chipped in, it wouldn't be very much.
I'll get Zoom for next Wednesday. That way, it's all right.
Oh, really?
I can handle it.
All right, okay.
Yeah, it's only $200 a year.
I don't mind contributing a bit.
He's a man of means.
I can manage that.
Yeah.
It's all right. I went to a
Which bastard?
Whoops, I can't say that in there.
One of them.
Do you know when you know about to say something and then you realise, oh, I'm just live to the world. I can't really say that.
But you did.
Oh, almost.
I'm actually poor again because since the kids have started living with me again, I've realised kids be a bit expensive.
They are a huge drain on your finances, children.
Yeah, I had a bit of disposable income before they came here, but that's gone now. Can't treat myself to anything.
Oh, Matty.
Well, I'm not exactly poor. I mean, bills are all paid. I've got a roof over my head. We've got food in the fridge. We've got utilities. I'm warm. I've got all that. Doesn't matter.
When I was married with 2 kids and a mortgage, I couldn't do what I did the other day. I got an email from a publisher's come through, and I thought, oh, that's a nice book. I'll buy that.
Yeah.
Just
can't do that.
Yeah, I'll have that.
Yeah, you can do that now, but you can't. You couldn't then.
Well, yeah, but the rent goes up next month, so never mind.
By a considerable amount, is it, or manageable?
A couple £100.
A month, or the year?
Yeah. No, a month.
Wow, a couple £100 a month.
She's been putting it up like 25 or 50 quid a year since I moved in, 7 years ago. But with the cost of everything else that's gone up through the roof, she's got exactly the same problem. She emailed me a while back and said, "Look, I need to put your rent up because obviously mortgage payments are going up, blah blah blah." And she floated this sum, and I said, "Yes, A, audit, and B, I'm not surprised at all. I was expecting it." So, but even so,
Well, when I was going to this strip club, it's cost me a fair bit to pay for.
You having?
Oh yeah, well done, John.
I don't know the price of strippers these days. They're terrible.
And it's a real.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind paying for inflation at a strip club, so to speak.
And it's a real problem. It's a real problem, John, since they brought in the coins for the dollar notes, isn't it? Because
if
you can't throw coins at them anymore.
Dollar notes, your custom isn't welcome.
Yes. Probably yes. Back to CC. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Look, his audio's not very good, but we'll see how this goes. So, I've got. I'm going directly through my mic. You're getting the direct feed from my share. So let's see how we go.
And then when you watch movies, there's always a globe somewhere. Look, you'll see it. You'll find it if you look. If you search for it.
Can't hear him.
That's what I do now.
Can't hear him?
I pull apart movies.
No, I can hear.
Pull
Go on,
apart
yeah.
music.
What have I got? Oh, hang on.
That's what flat earthers do. We
It's your
pull
fault.
apart everything. We have to research everything once again. So we're all going back to school.
Historically, I had it muted, didn't I?
This is a campus.
Well, it makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
And I'll see everybody on campus.
Saying nothing.
It's a big campus, too.
Means nothing.
Why don't you take a look at something?
It's all bullshit.
Sorry, I'm not a doctor.
simple.
Don't show me that.
Give you some neat things you can do with
And more bullshit.
the app Dave has created.
And more bullshit.
that you can show people. Real simple. You know? Just simple things.
And talking
Because people like things simple. They like pictures. You're going to sit there and talk to somebody about flat Earth, and they're going to freaking yell at you and do whatever they're going to do, act like stupid people, train wrecks, NPCs, and throw out nonsense at you that they've learned in school, when all they have to do is see the reality of what they're shown.
I'm still waiting for us to show this video,
Nonsense.
this app.
So look at it. Come here. Look at it.
He says, "Come here." Yeah, we can't go anywhere, you twat.
Look at
Hang
it.
on.
No.
See that?
No.
No, it's
That's the
wrong.
sun.
No.
No, it's wrong.
Traveling at 448,000 miles per hour.
And
Wait,
Yeah,
Big number
that's
scary.
Right, that's Earth.
what are
See,
you
look at
guys
it.
hearing it?
Can you not hear that?
no, we can't hear it.
Well, he's pointing. He's pointing at the thing and he's saying that's Earth. It's not Earth at all. Anyway,
No,
It's the sun.
he doesn't even understand the model.
So can you hear that, Blue, at all? Sorry, I'm just checking. So you
Nope.
should be able to hear through Discord.
I cannot.
Oh, we can.
Oh, right. You need to unmute it in Discord then.
I was just filling in the muting stuff. I was just saying bullshit.
You need to be watching Timbo's stream to hear it.
Do you?
Oh.
Right.
He
Okay, I can do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then in Timbo's stream, over on bottom right hand side where you can pop out, you've also got a volume control.
Yeah. Let's stream in Discord, you mean? Yeah. You should be able to hear it.
Yeah.
Not streaming YouTube.
Yeah, not the stream on YouTube.
Streaming
No,
Discord.
no, obviously not.
So click on my stream in Discord. You should be able to get it. Not that you're missing much. It is CC after all. So I'll just go back a couple of seconds.
This is true.
So this is what he said.
Take a
So,
look. Look at it. See that? That's the sun. Traveling at 448,000
What?
miles per
yeah.
hour. Yeah, that's right. That's Earth.
No, it's not right. But anyway.
See, look at it. Yeah, it's revolving around there, too. That's right.
And? Not that,
Wow. That's what you live on.
How many years do you think has passed? In
Except none of them are
This is
none of
what
them are
you
rotating
presented.
around the sun that fast. None of them.
No,
Let me show you something else.
No.
no. I was going to say if they were, we've seen several thousand years go past in that little video.
Yeah.
I mean, the what 1 year on Earth would take how many seconds was that? It was decidedly less than half a minute.
Yeah, 30 seconds. Yeah.
Well, if you go, what's Jupiter goes?
Take for argument's sake.
Jupiter goes around in what 200 something or other years or something. Or well, not Jupiter, but a couple of those
Something like
ones. And they went around. It says at least 3,000-4,000 years in that little clip. If it was even close to being right, because there's a few things that are wrong.
And yet, more bizarrely, is which of the planets is its day is shorter than is longer than its year?
A few.
I remember which one it is.
Uh,
I know there's at least one where the year is.
what we need is somebody who's really into space and
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, Neptune's orbit, for example, was 165 years. So that I saw most of their outer one was too big anyway to begin with, and it rotated there probably about 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Venus.
Venus, yeah.
I'll go Venus. Then.
Venus. Its
Let's see
day is longer than its year.
So here you go. Here's his next.
Well, sun. This is supposedly 93 million miles away.
Well, he
But
phones
yet,
not,
do you see that? Look at it. Come here. Do you see
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. Come here.
Almost
He
see
says,
the
"Come here. We
clouds
can't
behind
move."
Go in here. Where's the video?
the sun.
No, you
What?
can't.
What behind the clouds?
You can't see the clouds. You can't see the clouds behind the sun. You fucking idiot.
Unbelievable.
Yes, you are
Let's look
indeed
at something
unbelievable,
else.
and yet they let you drive the short
Short
bus.
bus.
Take a look at the beautiful.
Not be a
Apollo
passenger on it, but drive
You
it.
know, I love this. This is wonderful. This is what landed on the moon.
Yeah.
Do you see
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
Look at it.
it's cool, isn't it?
Good.
Take a look at it.
Yeah, it worked.
Worked.
Very,
Believe it or
very
not.
interesting, huh?
But yeah, it worked.
What does that look like to you?
An orbital
Well, first
lander.
off, there are no stars in the background, but why would we see any stars?
Why would we
I
see
mean,
them?
really,
Because
guys,
the
why would
space
you
is
see
not
any
set
stars
up
out
to
in
see the
space?
stars.
You know, but yet you go up to the mountains and you can see the Andromeda Galaxy and a beautiful perspective of stars in space. That's
Yeah, but if you go in the
Great.
middle of the day, you can't see the stars. And looks like that's
look
very
at that.
much daytime on the moon.
look at that pathetic
Oh, it was early morning on the moon.
fucking thing.
It was early morning
Look at
all the time they were there.
yeah.
Take a look. There's no dust on it. There's nothing on it. It
Well,
all
why would
looks
there be?
clean.
Isn't
Doesn't
it?
it?
What you?
Looks beautiful.
What you
Let's
could see
zoom
that from
in.
all the way back here. Go on, then. Go on,
You
go on.
see,
then.
that's perfect. Well, no, that's the buggy.
Oh,
Yeah, supposedly this was also up there too. How they got
The
up
three
there,
of them, yeah.
that up there, it was folded apparently.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
in their
if you-
spacesuits,
If you actually did some
up in
research, you would have
space,
found it.
they're going
Yeah,
to
they do.
unfold something like
I've got a whole
this,
Haynes manual just
okay,
on the lunar
and
rover.
make it look like
Very clever bit of kit.
what it is here. Okay. And of course, there you got the satellite dish up there too. Don't worry, it's 1969. They can do whatever the hell they want back then. They had excellent technology. We don't have the technology
like
right now
putting a
to do
man
this.
on the moon.
You know,
Even-
it's a painstaking process to get it back.
I mean, it's not a satellite dish, but they had been launching
Okay.
satellites for many years prior to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna lose focus here. Okay.
Look at that, Tom
all right,
Tom.
All right, let's see what else. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. No dust.
Why would
Nothing.
there be? Why would there
Nothing at
be?
all. Oh, and there he is. Is that Buzz Aldrin right there? Is that him? Oh, and perfect.
That's a
Look
fake
at how the
photo,
Earth
though.
is just stitched in there.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well, of course
So
it is,
you're
because it's
telling me
not a
this
real
is
photo.
38,000 miles away,
Find that in
and
the,
the
in
Earth would
NASA
look
records.
like that.
You can actually claim CGI
When-
because it is.
Oh,
It
okay.
is, yeah.
That's fine. That's good. Very nice.
'Cause
Let's
it's
take a
not
look
the
at some
NASA
other
records.
things too.
Yeah.
It's combining the Earthrise photo and the drop it. It's not in the right angle. Yeah.
He must have something on his missus that stops her from divorcing him.
It's unbelievable.
No, well, he obviously can't go for a drive today, so he's had to be
You know, once
inside,
again,
and she's probably
they like
gone
to
out.
fake space by
Okay, so what's wrong
putting
with
it
that?
on times 2. So when you're in space, apparently you're in faster motion. You travel a lot faster in space, of course.
What?
Why
No,
wouldn't
you
you?
don't.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
It's not sped up.
That's how it is. And that's your dune buggy. You know. Oh, did you notice the tires though? At least they got that right. You know, I know Tesla didn't get it right
You know, it's
because
like-
he put a car out in space that had air in the tires, which should have exploded. Just
Why?
the same way
Well.
any spacesuit should explode.
Why would they have exploded?
if you go out to space?
No, he shouldn't.
You should blow up like the
Oh.
Goodyear
Oh,
fucking
4.5
blimp.
psi.
But yet, no, don't
Pressure
worry. He's
differential.
got this
Yeah, okay.
mysterious
Should explode, shouldn't
package
it?
on the back there that we don't know what it is. We don't know what it's made of.
They weren't tires.
Bullshit.
They're silicon tires.
Yeah.
Well, of course, the lunar rover tires are made of wire,
Yeah, of course.
On and
Yeah.
on and
Yeah.
on. This is all the evidence.
and that's why the test vehicles they had down on Earth
These are
couldn't have the
just-
same wheels on because they're just flattened.
Yeah. Couldn't handle it.
No, of course they couldn't.
This is always my
The whole thing
favorite.
was designed for the conditions it was going to be
I
used
really
in.
enjoy this. These are your astronauts that went
Oh,
out to
fuck's sake,
space
this is
on an
painful.
interview.
How do you?
They seem to be enjoying themselves, right?
Given-
Wouldn't you be rah, 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 holy shit, we were out to
Why
the
do they
fucking
clips
moon.
when they're laughing
You
and
can see
smiling?
it every
Oh.
day, and
Oh,
we
yeah,
were
why
there.
don't we show
Didn't put
those
any
ones?
reflective stuff
Not
up
the ones
there,
where
no
they've
cameras, or
Seen 10 billion.
anything like that to look back at Earth. Well, why would they? You know, we were there. That's what this conversation's all about. You know what that looks like to me? That looks like they just got back from a strip club. And they're
Well,
trying to lie to the
obviously it's not when they just got back for a start.
There you go.
Well, no, because they
Those
were
actually
locked
still
in the
exist.
trailer for a
I don't even
fortnight.
know
what
Blimey.
it looks to me like is they got back about a month ago and they're bored talking about it.
Yeah.
They're probably getting asked the
Oh,
same
this
stupid
is
questions that
beautiful.
they're asked, you know.
This is something else
Yeah.
that I really enjoy.
Looks to me like they got sick and tired of hearing the same damn question over and over again. That's what it looks like to me.
Hey, what's
Does
that
that
for
look
breakfast?
like a planet to you?
No, it looks like someone who doesn't know how to use a telescope. But anyway.
Looks kind of like a
Focus.
watery object.
Focus.
The sky. That's a zoom. I'm not sure if it's from a P1000 or P900. It doesn't make a difference. That's the technology we have now. We didn't have the
don't use a
technology
telescope,
back 20, 30 years
Probably a
ago.
telescope.
But now we do. We have HD.
Oh, there's a unique idea. Why don't you find one from a fucking telescope, you moron?
Well, they
That'd
even
be a good start.
or just focus it for a start.
Well,
I mean, this is just...
I've seen
Yeah.
people focus the same
So-
shot with a P1000.
You know, this is just...
because all
stuff
these
that,
idiots just leave it on autofocus, don't they? And the camera just goes, I can't do that.
You know? Pictures of space. I mean, pictures of Earth.
Yeah.
Pictures of Lily.
Pictures of nonsense. That you believe, or people believe, are real. I don't know how to tell you guys, but the Earth is flat, stationary, space does not exist. Everything you see up there.
People are silly enough
It's,
to pay
an
Dave
amazing
Price
light show.
$3 for that app.
I'll give you the link
Yeah.
to the FE clock.
Yeah. Not
Why
nice.
would you
Stillwater Bay
pay
is the one who actually makes
money
it.
to
There's
have
some
another
other
app on your phone that tells you the time?
idiots
I
that
think it
try
was-
to ghost this app too. Of course they are. They're trying to make money. You know, it's only going to cost you a couple of bucks. Less
That was
than a
a-
slice of pizza to show people the truth. I think if you're
He's not interested in showing people anybody. He just wants his
Truth.
$3.
You can't handle the truth.
I think it was Toon today. He went through the Wise, talking about the Wise app and how, Wise has the challenge. If you got a guarantee if you download his app, you can get in, and if after a month or so you're not convinced, you can win 3 Bitcoin or whatever it is. But you've got to download his app to pay $3. Then I think you had to pay another $3 to do and to send it off to him. Wise doesn't, and apparently Wise just doesn't respond. And the thing is that it's if
Of course
he
it doesn't.
it's if he just you got to try and prove it to him to his satisfaction. It's like, yeah, right. That's his thing.
Yeah.
That's gonna
Which is why, as Toon keeps pointing out, it's not a proper challenge. To have a proper challenge, you've got to issue your challenge, in written form, so you have to stick to it. You then have to put up your money and put it in escrow, and then it has to be judged by an independent party.
yes.
And there isn't a flat earther on this wonderful globe Earth of ours who's actually done that.
No, that's right. He's never going to pay that out. Come on.
Of course not. Well, got a light of flirt.
You do. Speaking of which,
Yeah, so going back to that press conference, because that's something that's been bugging me for a long time. I've been using that a lot.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think Blue pointed out the press conference that they had, the Apollo 11 press conferences, was almost 4 weeks after they landed, because they were 3 weeks in quarantine, and then there was a few days gap. But here's the thing: they did look a bit serious, true, but they were told to be professional and serious. And if you look at the other Apollo press conferences, I think there's at least Apollo 15, I think, on YouTube. I'm not sure about the others, but they were all the same because they were told to be serious and professional. They were professional people because they were talking about technical stuff to the world because the world wanted to hear what they had to say. So that's what they were told to do, and that's what they did. They remained professional all the time. There were a few moments that they were having a bit of a laugh with the press and the rest of them. So that's the reason. And it's bugging me. I just wanted to get that out.
Yeah. I mean, if you watch that press conference, there are many, many times when they are, they're smiling, they're joking, they're laughing.
Yeah.
And there are times when they are deadpan serious, like that one. And of course, these idiots always choose that particular image, not the ones where they're smiling and laughing and yeah, and actually, enjoying themselves. And I can understand NASA said, look, play this one serious, because all of these guys, all of these astronauts, they all had a sense of humour.
Yeah.
They all, the ones that went to the moon, all took things with them that they weren't strictly supposed to do, and their mission cards and things that they had on their wrist had things drawn and scribbled and sketched on them, because they were normal people, that professionals maybe, but normal people with a sense of humour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The exception of Neil Armstrong was kind of, when he was that age, at least during that time, he was kind of a bit of a serious character. He kind of lightened up a little bit later in life when he retired, but that was just who he was. Buzz Aldrin, not so much. Buzz Aldrin was a bit of a joker, and so was Michael Collins a little bit as well.
Well, if they'd been
Buzz...
joking and laughing and smiling and having a great time, the flat earthers would have said, well, we can't take any notice of them. They're not serious enough.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Paul.
Think it's all a joke.
Yeah, it's all a joke. Look at them. Yeah, so there's no pleasing them anyway, because either way, they'll move the goalposts. One way, the other change. Yeah. Anyway, on with it. Out with the share.
Has anybody else noticed who's in the side chat?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Who that?
I don't think it's, but unfortunately, I don't think it's the real one.
I don't think it's Multi Tom Tom. Stand up.
The real Multi Tom Tom.
Please stand
Because
up.
the real Multi
Please
Tom
stand
Tom's
up.
American, and this Multi Tom Tom has got lots of videos from London and the southeast,
Okay.
and only 440 subs.
Oh, okay, so
No, that's not the real one. No.
so this is a different Multi Tom Tom then. Okay.
Yeah,
But
this is a
still
fake
lots of
Multi-Tom-Tom.
still lots of FE content on there. But
Yeah.
I did have to go and have a look.
Yeah, as long as you're not as long as you're not making things like having goes at people, particularly Multi Tom Tom. I don't mind you being there, but yeah.
Hang on, let's just go back. This could be.
Well, I mean, Multi Tom Tom was a religious person, and his descriptions of his channel, he goes on about God. So
Yeah.
could be.
My invitation to Multi Tom Tom 5 years, that's over 5 years old, still stands. Come and actually
Hang
talk
on.
to me about
There's a
radio
song. I'll
navigation.
be back.
There'll be a song. Okay, he's gone.
What was the challenge, Alan? I missed that.
Sorry, Alan. Go
I
on.
said,
That is Multi Tom Tom.
is it okay?
Okay,
Yes.
carry on, Alan.
Because I just
I'm
played
gonna
one of those videos. It says "I've got the blues" and it's Multi Tom Tom singing. That's Multi Tom Tom.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Okay.
didn't.
Sorry.
Think it was British, but there seems to be a lot of stuff in the UK.
Oh
Okay,
no,
so
Multi Tom Tom is British, and apparently he doesn't live too far from me. So I've been told in the past.
Oh, okay.
So refresh your challenge to him, Alan. Let's see your challenge.
Yeah, I mean, it's been out there for a long time, and he just constantly ducks it because he did agree to have a conversation with me about radio navigation aids.
Oh
Oh yeah.
You know, this was like 5 or 6, but
Don't tell me he could probably put the amount of what he knows about radio navigation down
Well,
to
yeah,
a cigarette packet, maybe.
he was making lots of claims about radio navigation aids.
And they're all incorrect, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Of course.
You were expecting him to be real. Well, I think you guys have got rights if he gets too boisterous out there. But don't kick him just for the sake of it.
No, it's always nice to have a chew toy.
Oh dear. I've got
Or a punch bag,
I've
or whatever
never-
you want to use.
I've never actually said a bad word about Multi Tom Tom, apart from the fact that he agreed to speak to me. Originally, it was going to be on Geostriber's channel,
Oh yeah,
But,
blimey.
but you know, he just seemed to lack the intestinal fortitude.
Oh dear.
Is it GPS?
Actually, multi Tom Tom says you'll want this fantasy to be true. Well, actually, no, that's not true. I actually want it to be a flat Earth, but it's not. Because if it was a flat Earth, it would be so interesting for the scientists to figure out what's going on and how they explain things. But they can't because the Earth isn't flat.
It'd make science.
Yeah.
It'd make science club. It'd make science really easy at school.
Yeah, it would actually. Really easy.
Well, no, actually, I think it makes science very complicated because everything, all the evidence points to it being not flat. And if they said, well, actually, it is flat. Well, how does this work? And how have we got things in orbit? And what the bloody hell is the sun doing? I mean, I mean, you just have to completely wipe out science as we know it and start again.
Well,
but
that'd be interesting.
unfortunately, exactly, yeah.
Every nation on the earth has a science division putting up satellites. Why should they lie?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Well, exactly. And what are they actually doing with satellites? And where's my signal from my GPS coming from?
Yeah.
Every nation on the earth. Every nation on the earth.
Oh, we multi-Toms. Alan loved my video, GPS equals ground positioning system. Oh, really?
Well, that would annoy anybody, wouldn't it? Ground positioning system. Yes. I could see that. Irritating.
Why do they keep saying it's ground positioning system when every source says it's global positioning system?
Yeah.
Why do they keep insisting it's called something else?
That'd be so much harder to do it from the ground. So much.
I mean, it's a bit like me saying, you know, my name's Matt. No, it's not. I know my own name, but your name's not Matt.
No,
yes, it is. No, it's not.
I'm sorry, Loretta, but you don't know your own name.
No, that's right.
I want to have babies.
Yeah. So Smith.
Why is my phone at the moment picking up? Oh, it's fluctuating. A, why is it fluctuating? And B, it's picking up a signal from 28 satellites. Oh, that's 26 satellites. Damn, things must be moving.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And if I put my phone in airplane mode, so I lose a signal to any tower nearby, I can still pick up signals from satellites. Oh.
And
Funny that.
and how can they be all above you? That's the other one. Because if they're satelloons or anything like that, they're so close to the Earth, it just wouldn't work.
Well, there'd have to be thousands of the bloody things. We'd all be taking photos of them. Oh, look, all these balloons, flying about overhead. Yeah.
Hey, farmers, I don't know why, but you remember that scene out of Only Fools and Horses when not Rodney, what's his name, trying to sell a satellite phone to the guy in the pub. He's saying, "Hang on a minute, there'd be another satellite along in a minute." Do you remember that one?
I don't remember that one though.
Oh damn! Well, spoil it. It's no good then.
But there's the bit in Taken where he goes and finds those old boys in France, and he's pretending to be the French policeman, and he says, "Oh, we've got satellites watching you as we speak." And the old boy next to the window pulls the curtain aside and looks out the window at the sky. It's like, what? They're not that fucking close.
Okay.
It's just one of those little things in the background. But as you said it, mate, your boy's looking out the window thinking, are they? I can't see any satellites. Oh, dear.
That's a bit like a flirt as well, isn't it? It's like, I can't see any satellites, they're not there.
Radio singles only working.
How many satellites did you say your phone was getting, farmers?
Oh, hang on. Let me boot up my... Let's have another think. We're on 17 out of 20. Oh, 22 out of 20. 25 out of 20. 26 out of 27 at the moment.
Oh, I'm getting 25 out of 36. So I must be getting some GLONASS or Galileo or the Chinese ones, as well as
go and buy the different symbols for the satellites. I'm presuming I'm getting 1, 2. I'm picking up at least 3 different systems. Can't remember which is which.
Well, apparently, multi-Tom's saying no radio signals only work on FE. Apparently, radio signals don't exist on the globe. Oh, okay.
Are they? Mm.
Yeah, apparently.
Well, it's
Only work on a flat Earth.
that's really weird because, like, you know, in a lot of with a lot of practical experience, I can tell you that the radio signals that I've worked with are definitely working on over a surface that is curved, you know, a section of a sphere with a radius of about, you know, 6371 kilometers.
Oh, it's fluctuating between 28 and 30. Oh well.
Well, I've got. Hang on.
Oh,
Yeah,
it must be time for a cup of tea.
It's getting time. We've got to do this first. Got to do this first. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay. then
Oh,
you
a
can
good
wander
one
off for a
this
cup of tea. You want a good one? Okay.
Oh.
Who's going to go first?
I had Tropical Gap the other day, and he never mentioned it. Well, no, he did actually. He did mention it once. That's true. Yeah, once.
Yeah,
but then
once.
the other two had like 4 or 5 each.
Okay. Who wants to go? How about I go first? That gives you guys better odds, so I'll go first.
Go on then. Let's see what old trousers you end up with.
Or Equilibrium. So,
Equilibrium. Oh, that's a good one actually.
Could be. Depends what he's talking about, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, who wants to go next?
Oh, bugger.
John can go
Go on then,
next.
John. John next.
John next.
On next.
But Bugger's not on the list though.
No, buggers.
Yeah, you can't get bugger.
Oh, ecliptic plane.
Oh,
that's a
plane.
good- Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, go on then. Do me next then, because
Okay.
I'll get a cup of tea then.
Matt has got. Oh, I had that the other day and I got heaps.
Milky Way? You mean Milky Way?
No, Milky Way.
Milky Way.
Unless
Hang on,
he said,
Milky Way. That's a restaurant at the end of the universe.
unless he actually says Milky Way, you don't get it.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. He's not going to say Milky
No,
Way.
you've
is he?
got
He's just
Milky
say
Way. We all know
Thank
Timbo
you.
can't spell for love and money.
I hadn't
I've
picked,
got to get my cup of tea now.
I did a spell check on my list the other day and I didn't pick that one up.
Did you use a spell check or a spell chock?
I don't know. It was the bottom of the list and I just missed it. Maybe Millie is correct. You know, maybe it didn't pull it up as an error. There's Millies. I know. Who are we up to? Who's next?
It might well be a valid word, just not the correct valid word.
How about do Alan next since he's the last to speak?
Yeah. Do Alan.
Do Alan. Okay.
Forestfield.
I'd say that's a pretty safe bet, Forestfield.
Yeah, I think these things, and then I don't watch the videos before, so I have no idea what he's going to say. So here we go. Let's go blue since it is. Why not? Got to pick somebody. Blue is going to go with. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, that's a bit of an oddball. The one that one. Blue. Who we got? Farmers and Paul. I think left.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it's just us two.
So farmers. Tropical cat.
That's totally tropical taste.
Where's
Prefer
Paul?
Mbongo.
And Paul's got
You go, Paul.
duality. Oh, he's been saying that a lot lately, which is why I put it in there.
Do you not think
All
you
about
better
the
pick
duality
one
of
for
man.
the peanuts?
Yeah. No, I usually do the peanuts.
Oh, peanuts.
Sorry, I was just got to add my Paul to my list. I'm making note of who got what. Otherwise, it becomes a bit odd. Okay, peanuts. 1 of 3. Let's see what you get. Peanuts is gonna get. Ooh, Arc of Horizon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Peanuts. Sorry. That's funny on my list. Okay. Let's key him up. Spin him down. Speed him up. There we go. Let's go.
Welcome everybody, welcome to the Tomb of Illumination. My videos usually involve the flat earth, how it all works in regards to physics, the science, what's been told in philosophy, ancient philosophy and all the religions. But today's video is going to be more on the religious side, understanding religion for what it is.
Oh, no.
For thousands of years,
definitely need a cup of
people have
coffee.
been misled. And everything is basically misinterpreted or fabricated to stop you from finding the truth. Because finding the light is not what the system wants you to do. They do not want you to find the light. You'll be raised up to their level. There's basically an Illuminati that's running the system. And you're down here as their slaves. They want the separation. So I'm going to explain to you what religion actually is, so you can take it with a
So
pinch
he
of salt
says.
if you want. But I'm telling you, I am the one to tell you and guide you to the truth.
I think I've
But
got to
going
speed
through
this up.
me, me is you. You have to go through yourself. You do not go to a church and idolize someone
That's
when the
right.
good Bible tells you, do not worship idols. It is within you. Christ, everyone has a Christ within them.
That's not what the Bible
And
says.
it's up to you to bring this Christ to life, to ascend it through your system. Rise up. So we're going to go over some well-known celebrations that we go through, that people on our earth celebrate, and why and how it's misinterpreted. Okay?
Where's
Now, first of all,
footy
have to
grand
realise-
final in that list? That's
you know, earth, we're in a physical
Yeah,
realm,
right.
a perceived physical realm. But there is also a non-physical and a
Handshake
spiritual.
day.
yeah.
It's a trinity in itself. So, as it's written in the Bible somewhere, or the Desire of Ages actually, it says, you do not understand earthly things, how can you understand godly things? So you've got to open your mind, seek and you shall find. You have to
Didn't say
listen
that.
carefully to what I'm saying. It all makes sense. But to the indoctrinated mind, the ones who have believed childish Christian stories since they were 5 years old, and still believe them today, will take this all as paganism or some other ridiculous label they'd like to put on it. So we're all taught about the Santa story, and most of us grew out of that and understand it wasn't a physical, it wasn't a real story. So we've moved on from the Santa story, but the whole Santa story is related to this Christian story I'll be telling you about.
Oh, that is him. Oh, I was just wondering where that noise was coming from.
So we've made these choices, which stories to leave behind us and which ones to keep. And everybody keeps the Jesus story. They believe a man died on the cross, a physical man died on the cross and went through this horrendous death. So they perceive God as being good and love and etc. But they, on the other hand, believe in all this garbage of a terrible, disgusting, savage death of a man. It's all nonsense. The whole divine event is of love, pure love. See, the Lord represents love and God represents good. Good and love is within you. It's in here. It's a balance between the mind and the heart.
Don't think anyone's meant
With
to
an
know.
open mind, seek and you shall find. So with this balance and you seeking, in will come the Lord. What is? You will be visited by your Christ within. Basically God.
What?
There is something out there you have to understand,
I'm not.
and it will come to you
No.
in your hour.
I'm waiting for him to talk
So
about
let's go over some of these
what it says
well-known
publicly, but doesn't say any of that yet.
the Passover, the Jewish Passover. Why is it celebrated for a week? Well, basically for no reason, because it's all nonsense.
Why is everything nonsense? Oh, yeah, it's just like, oh, such and such didn't happen. Okay.
Where does he
Yeah,
think
yeah,
this
it's the-
has his roots?
Yeah, it's like and Passover. Yeah, right. Okay. Well, let's see what he says.
And it comes like a thief in the night. That's written in the Bible. You do not know when man's hour is coming. I could probably help you break it down now, but no one ever knew. It's like a thief in the night. Even I couldn't do it. It's a very divine moment.
Even I.
Celestial alignment.
Even I.
You have to understand, we're the physical down here, but our dual self is up in the non-physical, the spiritual realm.
He doesn't know what Passover is,
Well, I'm
does
back
he?
now.
He doesn't know
No.
what Passover is, does he? Quite clearly.
Has he said Milky Way yet?
No, I think no one's going to win
Ah.
tonight. Anyway, let's see.
No.
We have to unite, understand the physical and and spiritual. This is when Jesus says, you don't understand physical things, how can you ever understand the godly things? Well, you have to. If you want to ascend, leave the recycling system. Another thing Christians
I don't want to
believe in,
ascend.
but I'm telling you now.
I want to
everybody
send
recycles.
anywhere.
Hindus know we recycle thousands, maybe millions of times.
Return to
You might go through
sender.
the whole animal kingdom before you come back as a man and have another go. Your We all exist with the same energy. Earth only has the one recycling energy system. We all belong in that system. Whether you're a dog, man, mouse, rat, shrimp. It's just where you are on a scale of consciousness. If you're really ignorant in this world, and you die, you go out, you might come back to the shrimp or street dog, whatever.
Now. Okay, go.
Those are more consciously elevated, become eagles, doves, before they come back to the human.
As I said, he's gone off into no, that's Christian.
You have to think of this. Now the Passover, so it's not a week long. What is the Passover? The Passover is your hour. And your hour is your moon sign.
No. It's not
Your moon sign.
No.
It's not what the Passover is at
Well,
all.
clearly, he has
some
the
rates
faintest
of the
idea what
spiritual
Passover
enlightenment.
actually is.
But the ultimate one is the Jesus story. So stick with the
Not
Jesus
a
story,
fact.
okay? Because you have the full moon in your moon sign. Now you have to understand, you've all been misled. It's nothing to do with your physical birth. Your moon sign is when you were conceived. So you have to backtrack and find out when you were conceived. What was the sign the moon was in? When your
I
parents got
really
along.
don't want to know when that happened. Thank you very
That
much.
moon sign will come around again. This is the return of Christ, the return of the system. It comes back. Where you are in this realm, what are you at that particular point in time? Are you a dog? Are you a man? I'm not sure how the animals go through it. Or they just go through their life cycle till they come back to being a man again. Then you get your other opportunity. But until you wake up, you don't have choices. You only have choices once you've raised your soul. It's another thing. We all have a soul, but they're not awake. They're dormant.
I don't.
This is waking up. Your spiritual enlightenment wakes your soul, brings your soul up, raises the Kundalini, raising the Christ within, up to your mountain. This is your mountain. You have
He
to
definitely
awaken
doesn't know
your
the
soul.
Bible
Once you
well,
gain
does
your
he?
soul,
No.
you become godlike.
No.
No.
Well, it was misquoting that quote about the earthly things, because the quote's actually, I've spoken to you about earthly things and you didn't believe. So how are you going to believe heavenly things, which isn't what he was trying to say.
Yeah, Passover's got nothing to do with what he's talking about.
No.
Passover's a celebration of when God
The-
supposedly freed the Israelites from Egypt and
Yeah,
slavery.
That's right.
That's what it celebrates. It's got nothing to do with passing anywhere into the physical or anywhere else.
So
It's got nothing to do with it.
No.
Yeah.
Half man, half God.
I mean, I'm
Oh,
not,
did you just
when
see
you
you went
die,
past
like-
and it was them Jews again? Ooh.
I'm not a religious person, and that's just from
No.
remembering the teaching when I was at school because we had to do RE. That's all I remember. You know,
Well, yeah,
just from
well,
memory.
I think if you
No,
watch,
that should be fact.
if you watch the Ten Commandments, it covers it pretty well. But,
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Recycled through the gurgler. You can make choices. Then you know you're in heaven because you can do. This world's a beautiful place. Then it's perfect because you can choose to do whatever you want. So the Passover is not a week long. The Passover is the moon passing over you in full moon in your moon sign in the Milky Way.
Oh, he thinks it's the moon passing over.
He's so
Sorry, it's just realised
he's so dumb.
it's not the moon passing over. It's the angel of death passing over. That's where it comes from.
Do you know they call
With the moon.
they call it the Festival of Liberation?
Yeah.
You think that's a big enough clue?
Yeah.
Don't mention the moon anywhere because
This
it's got
is a big
cool
secret.
to do with the
The
moon.
creation, the tomb. The tomb is the Milky Way. It's a
Well,
secret.
who had Milky Way? Sorry, someone had Milky Way, didn't they? No, someone had Millie Way. But yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Milky Way, not Millie Way, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh,
What a shame.
Sorry, mate.
entity. What do your science and Illuminati tell you? We all live in the Milky Way. It's garbage.
Oh, again.
We all see the Milky Way move over us.
All
at night.
three.
Swing over us.
no!
It's like a straw on the rim of a milkshake going around.
Right.
One full rotation is a 24-hour day in the vortex. That's your Milky Way leading into the milkshake. Say,
Oh,
the straw.
no. Oh.
Or an umbilical cord, you could say, from back to creation, out to our realm, our physical realm.
Okay,
Like
you
the
can
center
stop it now,
where
but we have a
creation is.
winner.
Oh,
And it's a kink here. That kink is considered as the kneecap in the iliad, the knee joint. And that's where the sun is. You see pictures of the Milky Way curved like this with a big bulge in the middle. It's the kneecap. That's the sun. That's the back of the sun at night. It's tucked into the Milky Way like this. It turns. And it's night time. So, and it only gets locked into the Milky Way when the sun and the Milky Way catches up to it. If you want to understand why the sun and the Milky Way is quicker, go back and check out all my other videos. The sun and the Milky Way is quicker than anything else. It catches the other bodies. It'll come over the full moon, catches up to the full moon. The full moon is on the back side of the sun. The sun is pointing this way during the day across the black hole. Behind the sun at night, the Milky Way is the full moon. Comes around and catches the full moon. It's alignment. Now there's that, but there's also a celestial star alignment. So whether that automatically happens at that same time, I can't tell you exactly.
No.
Do you know
stars
everything?
are involved in that alignment. So that is your Passover when that swings over in your hour, your divine hour. You have to be awake or you miss it, and you do not wake up. If you're really ignorant, you miss it. So there's no week-long Passover. The Passover is on the same day, the day of creation.
No.
What is the day of creation? It's the sixth day of September.
What?
And the sixth day of September in the Jesus story was on a Wednesday.
What?
That's why the Jews have an Ash Wednesday.
Hey?
But they're the same
What?
day.
I thought it was the first day.
Yeah.
Wednesday, and 3 days after Wednesday
You
is
always
Good
mix
Friday.
up Ash Wednesday and
You have to understand this.
the 6th day.
The whole Jesus
Not
story, the
related.
6th of September, happens
That's
it's related to the sun's dilemma, because
religion,
Christ,
mate.
in our perceived
That's
physical world,
I
is
am
represented by the-
officially confused.
I'm a Catholic. Catholic is on a Thursday.
Yeah. But where's the September coming either? That doesn't, I can't
I
get
don't
that
know.
in. It's not.
Because Ash Wednesday is a Catholic religion. It was,
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's Christian. That it's not only Catholic, but yeah. And
Well, I think it was wasn't it the Catholics that kind of invented it though, wasn't it? Ash Wednesday.
yeah,
yeah,
it's an invented one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually they burn the palms that they have from Palm Sunday, and they use those palms to form a cross, and they have a service on usually Wednesday, and that's where Ash Wednesday comes from. Anyway,
the sun.
sorry, by Catholic school upbringing coming at there.
So it's S-U-N, but at the same time, there's a man on earth, S-O-N, who gets enlightened at this particular time, and that's what the whole Jesus story is all about. That's what all religions allude to. The Jesus story, Jesus just namely labelled this person, this lucky one, because he is the ultimate. We all get enlightened, but he is the ultimate awakening, the ultimate. He's the king. So he's the king of the Jews. So what's happening is the sun.
That was actually a mocking term. Didn't he? Wasn't actually king of the Jews. Anyway, go
Sun
on.
comes down from the northern summit, and right here at the crossing, coming down towards the southern hemisphere spring, which is about equinox, is about there. So it's the start of spring. It's 6th of September. It's about 17 days before the equinox. That's the crossing. It cannot happen on the sun returning back up this way. If it's coming back this way, there is no crossing before the equinox. The crossing's way up here. Bow before the cross.
Oh,
bow
before the cross. Oh.
Bow before the cross. You could say bowing there before the. No, there's the cross. It'll be bowing on the same night.
We haven't got Parashas Ash
Bowing, that's
Wednesday
where bowing
yet.
comes from. Is the new birth. It's all about the newborn. You bow your head. It's the fetal position. It's about rebirth. So you bow your head. And
What?
this is where all that bowing comes from. It's
No, it
thousands
isn't.
and thousands, not millions of years old. So the sun is coming down. There's the cross, the hanging. See the hanging on a cross right there. The noose.
What the
Oh,
hell?
the story is right there. It's not worked this way
He's making it up as he goes along.
because it's all about
Yeah,
leading into
rubbish.
spring, new life, new growth. That this is coming. This is the cross before the spring.
What?
There's no cross here before the spring in the northern hemisphere. I should explain it a bit better, but
Yeah,
it just happens to be September. Trust me. It's before the equinox.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
where you
trust
get.
him.
Coming
Oh,
this
that's
way.
where September comes
Down
from.
this
The
way.
equinox. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
But it's about this, and why I say this, it's also written. So when you see Jesus on the cross, the Jews down below are saying, "Well, if you truly are the Son of God, come down from the cross." That's all referring to coming down. You're coming down because either side, like there and here,
Yeah. Right.
are the two thieves hanging on the cross. So Jesus is hanging on the cross here in the story, and he says two thieves either side, stealing the
dear.
season, robbing them of the season. You're coming out of that summer into winter, or you're coming out of this summer into that winter. They're the two thieves on the cross. That's in the story.
What the hell?
So there's the noose.
Yeah.
And when you see ancient pictures,
Yeah. You could see him arguing. He gets pulled over by a cop for speeding. Oh no, it's not speeding. It's relative to the vortex through the middle. It's not really speed. The law doesn't actually say this. It's just cops. Yes.
It's the Doppler effect.
Yeah.
pictures of someone holding this bag. It looks like a money bag, like that character on the
Money bag.
the card clock.
Here
No,
we
it's
go.
about this noose here, holding this point here. You'll see a lot of ancient depictions of something being held at that point there, because it's the cross that all represents that divine moment in time, 6th of September.
Oh, 6th of September. Oh, we've got a date.
So, it's all about the moon sign. Jesus' story was in Pisces, the fishes, and the moon being in the sign for 3 days.
Pisces
Not only
is
in the
in
sign, but in the
September,
tomb.
though.
In the Milky Way for
Pisces
3
is
days.
in March.
2.5 days, actually. And what happens at new moon? We know the sun, well, people don't know, but the moon comes back to the sun and gets lost in the light of the sun for 2.2 days as it goes around with the sun before the sun moves on ahead. And then the moon starts drifting out from the Milky Way. There's 2.2 days there too. So, realise the Milky Way.
Hey, said it twice.
Yeah, no.
Spirals over to the
I have
tropical
noted.
zone, where we see
That's
the image of
me.
the sun. But the
Well,
real
there's a
place the sun
tropical
is at the end
zone.
of it.
I'll give that to tropical. You can get one farmer. So
Southern hemisphere all the way around.
Close
This-
enough.
the southern
Oh, thank you very much.
Here is all a representation
I'll
of
take
what's just
that,
in there.
because
It's a
I'm
mirror
not
image.
going to get
As it
anywhere
turns,
near
it's reflecting
Milky
its
Way.
slice of that image out. So imagine that whole image there
Not
has
a
been
fucking
dispersed
year.
all the way around here.
Yeah.
This is our realm we live in. You have to understand that. Right, the Holy Festival. What's that all about? It's all about colour. Why
Holy
colour?
Festival.
The
Which
whole
Holy
The whole realm is
Festival?
based on sound frequencies, and that creates colour. That's the light spectrum. We only see so much of it.
There's
of course.
lots of holy
The sound-
festivals.
Which
Which
Holy Festival? What are we doing? Which one are we talking about?
it's like the holy festival. Apparently, there's only one. Apparently,
Father Christmas.
No,
Comes out of the
Christmas.
season.
there's
Yeah.
lots of holy
Trumpet.
festivals.
Everything is about sound. This is why you play your babies, your children, music. They love it. They come from this
Baby.
place of perfection, singularity, into a dual world. Then they start losing it all.
I actually prefer.
I've got someone coming home now, so I should finish this video and go on to part 2 later. Okay? So thanks for watching. Be looking out for part 2. Cheers.
Oh, I got you, mate.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Well, I've got two. Anybody else get anything?
You got more than
Right.
two, Matt. You got 1, 2, 3, 4,
You-
5,
hey,
6, 7,
You
8,
got
9,
more than two. You
10,
must have
11,
got a
12,
dozen of them.
13, 14, 15,
Oh, right.
16, 17. I got
There you
18.
go, yeah.
I got 18.
Oh,
Milky
blimey,
Ways.
okay. I wasn't there. There were parts that I was having conversations with people in the house, so I missed kind of bits and
Yeah.
pieces. So, all right, that's all right then.
And Farmer's got
Did
one.
well then.
Farmer's got one tropical gap, and I think that was it. No one got any.
I think you were being generous with that, yeah.
I didn't hear one Taurus field
No,
or even
No.
Tropical field.
No,
no.
no,
definitely
see, this is the thing, because he was going, he was having a religious, 18 minutes and 44 seconds.
Yeah,
Out of his other normal ones, where he's on about
yeah, I got a
anything
couple.
with religion.
I got a couple of buggers.
Buggers
dear.
wasn't on the list.
That was
Oh, dear.
just the sort of correlation there. Of, oh no, coming down from the cross. That was coming down this. What? The? He's coming down from the cross. I'm pretty sure.
I got some news.
You do go.
Oh,
Yeah, I've just been asked by Simon Dan to do a video.
Oh,
ooh.
So watch this.
Is he off on holiday
space.
again?
Watch this space. Ba-boom. See what I did there?
but we don't watch Simon
Yeah,
Dan
I do.
videos anymore.
Can I have an autograph?
Yeah. Can you sign your Matt? Can you sign your screen for
I'm
me?
not gonna. I'm not going to say any more than that. I'm not going to say any more than that. But I will be appearing on Simon Dan in the not too distant future.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
Ooh,
There you
exciting!
go.
I might have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have to put up a poll and see if I can break my rule, and we'll play some Simon Dan when it comes up.
Place to Simon Dan. I always watch.
We will.
Tinfoil Tuesday. I don't tend not to watch the Flat Earth Friday or any of the others, but Tinfoil Tuesday I usually always watch because it's a variety of different things.
I've given out.
Oh, I'll
Chris.
watch all of them.
I found he's getting a bit boring myself, so I haven't watched much of his stuff lately.
The problem is he's running out of material.
Yeah.
That is the
Yeah.
problem with debunking the flat Earth, because you get to the point where it's just like,
Yeah.
oh God, just
Yeah, there's
You know.
there's lots of other derp about all kinds of different things around the Earth other than on Flat Earth. So it's a nice pleasant change to watch Tinfoil Tuesday. It's a good one to watch. I don't think I've missed any episodes. I did miss a few before the pandemic, and then when the pandemic happened, nothing else to do. So I watched loads of them over a few days because nothing better to do.
yeah.
And ever since then, I don't think I've missed an episode.
No, I was. I got to agree with Paul and I were talking earlier, and I think I got to agree. I do find he's a little bit small on the content, like his response. It doesn't feel like he's spending a lot of effort in compared to when I first started watching him. And he's
Well, I mean, the thing is that yeah, I hear what you're saying. I would incline to kind of agree, but the problem is, you see, with that kind of subject matter, if you go any more than about 10, 12, maybe stretch 15 minutes, if you look at your video analytics, it drops off. The people actually watching it, the watch minutes drops off. So the last few minutes of your video tend to disappear off.
Yeah.
And if you go much beyond that, you lose them even earlier. So your watch minutes actually go down if you go much beyond about sort of, like I said, a stretch, maybe 12, 13 minutes.
I can jump into that. Matt, you go to the point.
Yeah, that's the nux of it, really.
Yeah.
I know exactly why he does it. So he doesn't sort of go. You could go into more detail, but if you look at some of the flat Earth ones, he's done. Somebody it's worth doing more. He's done part 1, 2, and 3. You know what I mean? But he'll always keep it within sort of 12, maybe at a stretch 15 minutes.
When he first started off, he was good, but with your audience thing, you go to the point, and people interested to the point.
Yeah.
You don't drag it on.
Well, the fact he's bringing you in is good because you actually know your topic pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're very good at it.
Yeah.
I can congratulate you on that, mate. Which is good. If you drag it out too long without giving the point, people, I've lost interest with Simon and Dan. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. I watch and I have occasionally go back on the analytics to have a look, and what I see on our analytics is that there's this peak up until the quiz, and then after the quiz goes, people drop off. Everyone likes the quiz.
But that particular analytic, though, was a little misleading, I think, Nat, or at least I think. I always thought it was.
Yeah.
Do you think?
It makes you want to watch to a point and stop, but that's not what it is. It's watch time. And so what you don't know is, did they skip your intro? Did they, cut out some fluff in the middle? It doesn't necessarily mean they didn't make it to the end of the video.
Right.
So
Okay.
The analytic is a little bit misleading, I think. But
okay.
I see the same thing.
You're right.
Yeah. We all see the same thing. Beyond about 15 minutes, videos tend to go, the view time tends to drop off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 minutes is pretty much viewing time.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you about viewing time. I've got. Hang on, I'll put this at you guys. You guys can still see the YouTube, can't you? So, I've got this one. Firmament is Not the Blue Sky by Flat Out Truth 2. We've got Gary Why Bother. What was Gary's one?
I actually have.
The reason I was going to put this in, I saw that Farmers was in this chat, so he may have been.
Oh, Farmer.
Oh, I know what. Yeah, I know what this is.
Farmers is always in this chat.
Well, I tried to support the old boy, bless him. He's already failed. He started live streaming again last week. He said, I'm going to live stream solidly for a month, once every day. Well, he's already failed at that. But in his defence, he has apparently he went for a job interview. So
okay.
Yeah, well, that's Jose. We're not going to let's not go into that. But yes, this was at the tail end of Jose's stream on, as it says, on Thursday.
Yeah.
Bob the Science Guy came in, and Gary Why Bother was in there, I think they've been trying to set this up before, that Gary wanted to ask him something or other, and it was like the end of the stream, and Jose said, "Look, I'll just let it keep you two, can then just the two of you can have your discussion or whatever," and it was all about tracking stars in the sky and all the rest of it, because of course Gary still insists that the Earth is flat, and EQ mounts work on a flat Earth, although he can't explain how. And it's basically what this was. And I mean, I was there. I think I listened to some of it, but we're all just hanging out in the background and letting them get on with it.
Yeah, that eco amounts. That cracks me up straight away. I mean, how do you even set it up on a flat Earth, let alone how it works on a flat Earth? Jesus,
This is how most flat earthers work. If it works on the globe, it must work on the flat Earth because the Earth is flat. So it must work on the flat Earth. Just don't expect them to explain how, because they can't. It just works. Okay, take their word for it.
Okay, all right, okay.
It's basically what it comes down to.
Yeah, all right, okay.
Oh, well, since we've got this,
let's hear it anyway.
Let's hear this one. See where we're at.
Okay, this is Jose JG Gonzalez.
I've sped up a little bit.
And a guy is about to speak. He's Bob Science Guy.
Can you hear that? Okay.
Yeah. Dishonest. We're flatter through that. We're all dishonest, but we're gonna find out in a few minutes that he's not too honest himself.
We got Dr. Bro. Dr. Bro, you were listening for a little bit. A message for the audience and your final thoughts?
All right, listen to most of the show. My final thoughts, all flat earthers are dishonest, if to nobody but themselves.
If you are there for final thoughts for the peeps listening.
This is a final thought for me, but it's really a
question. Yeah, just a question, which I have no clue about. I've just started looking at. Maybe was that Dr. Bob that was just talking?
Yes, but we're going to finish the final thoughts first. And
this is a final thought, but it's kind of a question that maybe you can answer at some point.
Yeah.
But tracking, you've got tracking rates for stars, you got tracking rates for the sun, different tracking rates for the moon. But what are the planets? Do they move? Do they rise and set at the same point every day on the horizons, or do they move back and forth like the sun and moon do? And what would be their tracking rate versus like stars or the sun? The sun is an average of 24. The stars are 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 4.1 seconds. So I'm just wondering what the planets are and tracking rates.
Hold that.
Okay. The main question I had there was the movement of planets in relation to the horizon and their tracking rate. Stars have a specific tracking rate of 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 4.1 seconds. It's called a sidereal day. So the star will reach the same point in the sky 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 4.1 seconds later. The sun averages 24 hours to reach solar noon. It's an average. Sometimes it's a little less, sometimes it's a little more. The moon is a little different. It averages around 25 hours, plus or minus, so sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more. And it definitely moves on the horizons back and forth. You can see it if you sit in a specific place and watch the moon rise or the moon set. You can see how it moves against the horizon, same way with the sun. Stars do not move. They will rise at the same point on the horizon and set at the same point of the horizon every day. But Bob's not going to say that. He knows the ramifications.
When he says set in the same, it sets on the same point in the previous cycle, not the same point that it rose. Yeah.
Not sure.
Not sure. Okay, let's see. We go.
Okay, Bob is about to come on. He's going to answer my questions, and I'm going to answer some back or talk back with him, have a little chat. But he's going to lie on this one.
Boom.
I can't see daily nonsense yet.
Gary, I recall your question, but the audience may not. So if you would please go ahead and ask it again, and I'll answer it.
Okay. You've got like a sidereal rate for stars, right? And we know that the stars will always rise and set from wherever you live. The same stars you see in your sky will rise and set at the same point on each horizon every day, right? And the sun, we know it's an average of 24 hours if you track it. And the moon is a little different. It's a little more complicated. But I'm just wondering about the planets, because I can't find any information. It just says basically track them with the sidereal rate like the stars, but then you'll have to manually adjust your camera once in a while, and that it's okay for just a short distance or a short amount of time, like basically when the planets are in the center of the sky or more high in the sky. But I'm just wondering if they have a tracking rate, or if they're all different, and if they rise and set at the same points on the horizon every day, or if they move back and forth like you see the sun doing. Sorry, that's kind of long.
No, they would all.
That's okay.
The exact rate varies throughout the year.
Yeah, it's actually an excellent question. First of all, the stars and the planets and the moon and the sun do not rise at the same spot on the horizon every day.
No. Okay, there's his first lie. And he knows he did it. I'm sure he knows. Because he does astrophotography.
Why is that a lie?
These things across the sky.
Because it doesn't agree with Gary, that's why.
He set up his own little domed observatory.
I'm going to say, I watch a lot of sunrises. They move through, they move from about 50 degrees to about 200 degrees between middle of the summer and the middle of the winter here.
Yeah, but he's specifically asking about the planets. He's basically saying that he asked the question. And mind you, he seems to have premised his answer before he even asked the question.
Yeah.
So he thinks he knows the answer.
Yeah.
And Bob's rightfully said that they don't rise from the horizon at the same point. Well, they can't because they all got different orbits to start with. And then Earth rotation and everything else given in with that. So he's saying he's lying, but he's not. I mean, how could they rise from the same point for the horizon each day or each night? No.
No. We'll see where it goes on.
Idiot. Where he lives. So anyhow,
I've no idea.
He is correct.
Sorry.
In the sense that
You're right.
no, they don't all rise and set at the same point every day, except for the stars. The stars rise and set at the same point every day. The sun doesn't. The moon doesn't. And I realize now, because I found some more information, that they move back and forth, just not as drastic as the sun or moon. But the stars definitely don't move.
They all
Stars
move.
do.
No, they don't. They all move.
You just see. He just said no, they don't. I said the stars do. They rise and set same point every day. Anyhow, first lie, and that's the basic lie.
They do. I watch them across the sky every day.
But the planets, though.
Well, first of all, he said planets, but now he's talking about stars. But yeah.
Yeah. He didn't say when he asked the question to Bob. He mentioned the planet. He didn't mention anything about the stars. And now he's saying that the stars. So make up your mind. Is it the stars or is it the planets?
Yeah.
I mean, the stars would certainly appear to, but they don't.
Yeah.
Rise and set at the same point where I live every day. They don't move. The sun does move back and forth on the horizons, definitely. No doubt about it, and so does the moon. But you can see them literally moving.
I'm not gonna, look, I actually have knowledge in this.
He has knowledge. Well, his knowledge has fallen short. He does know a little bit about tracking and stuff. He is wrong about the stars. He did lie. He knows they don't. And the reason he lies is probably because I've been bringing this up for years now, that if the Earth is orbiting the sun, that it would necessarily have to change where we see stars rise and set on horizons. It doesn't, because the Earth isn't orbiting the sun. It's the sun circling around the Earth over the flat circle Earth. And so does everything else. The stars do, the planets do. They all move in circular patterns. They spiral inward and outward. And that's what gives us all of our angles.
And I'm not going to argue with you about it. If you wanted to...
Sorry, just hang on a sec. When you say it's lagging out there, what are we losing? The sound's not matching up to the video? So I'm just trying to had a few people go through.
Well, it's buffering from me. I don't know if that means anything, but that's probably just me.
Might be YouTube. Sorry. Oh, we'll push on.
If you want to debate reality with me, to go do it with someone. You ask.
Do you change your telescope for the stars every night? No. The star.
He's going to get very quiet because he knows. He's getting mad, which he always does.
All you do is adjust it for the time they're going to rise based on the 23-hour 50.
Yes, sidereal time. So if you want to take a picture of a star in the exact same spot as the previous night, you have to take that picture 23 hours and 56 minutes and 4.1 seconds later, not 24 hours. It's about a little less than 4 minutes difference each day.
6 minutes, 4.1 seconds. But it's going to rise in the same spot. But I'm just checking the planets. Do they rise?
Which it rises in the same spots because the Earth is not orbiting the sun, nor is it tilted or anything else, which is what his reason is going to be for why the planets and the sun and the moon are seen in different places every day.
There you go, straight away. He's literally just missed it.
Around the sun.
Set at the same point, or do they move back and forth like the sun does on the horizons? And what would be their tracking rates, or where would you find the information? You're not going to answer.
I'm not going to argue with you, Gary. Now, as I said,
obviously they have a tracking rate. Right?
Gary, you interrupt me one more.
They all do have different tracking rates. Tracking rate from the stars is the sidereal rate that I keep telling you. The tracking rate for the sun, it's pretty close to 15 degrees per hour. That's an average, though. The stars are not 15 degrees per hour. By the way, the 15 degrees per hour claim is what the globies have been telling us for years, since we've been arguing these things back and forth, that you can track anything from horizon to horizon at 15 degrees per hour because the Earth rotates 15 degrees per hour. Well, it's simply not true, because nothing is at 15 degrees per hour in the sky. Nothing. The sun averages that. Nothing else hits that 15 degrees per hour. And their EQ mounts fail at the horizons every time, unless they adjust the tracking rate to a slower rate, because the Earth isn't a globe.
Our time, we're done.
Go ahead, Bob.
Go on mute. Go on mute before I answer.
No, I will keep quiet.
This is Bob, always wanting to control the situation. He thinks he's the boss. He thinks he's smarter than everybody.
No, because you keep over talking like a wanker.
No, you're going to go on mute.
This is what Gary does, right? And I noticed the pattern, and it happens every single time, regardless of whether he says he's going to be quiet or not. He doesn't. What he does, he waits for you to talk. You'll get halfway through what you're saying, and he'll interrupt you, and he'll do it every single time. And it's tactic to actually get you sort of off balance a little bit. And also, what he does is he makes people angry because he basically just says, "No, you're wrong." You know, just like that. He just dismisses everything, just like that. And it gets frustrating. It frustrates the other person because you're constantly being interrupted. And constantly, when you state facts, he'll just say, "You're wrong," and just dismiss things. So, yeah, he frustrates people. And it's a deliberate tactic. He does it all the time.
He did, excuse me, he did actually a while back in one of Jose's streams when we challenged him about this. He says, "Oh, yes, I do it deliberately."
Yeah.
It's not just a tactic. He does it on purpose because he knows it's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
And it throws you off your stride. And if he keeps talking and he won't let you talk, you're not going to get your point across. Therefore, he's won. Thank you very much and good night.
Yeah, exactly. Bang on. Yeah, quite deliberate.
It's what they all do it, but he's one of the very few who's actually openly admitted that, yes, that he knows what he's doing and he does it on purpose.
Well, I'll disagree with you somewhere, because I think most flirts, maybe with the exception of one or two others, that you can actually get them to shut up. But like I said there, he's just agreed that he's going to shut up, and straight away he hasn't. Immediately. You know, so, he's slightly different from the rest. He's just blatant about it, and he's just obvious about it. And he fully, like you said, he fully admits it.
He said that so he wouldn't get muted, so he could talk. So, yeah.
I'm not going to go on mute. Be quiet. Just go ahead. I will when you say you're done, I will come in.
Try it, Bob, because I know he interrupted twice, but try. If he's not going to mute, he's not going to interrupt. Let's see how legit he is. Let's give it a try.
Well, for you, Jose. First of all, stars and planets and the moon and the sun do not rise at the same spot on the horizon every night because...
Well, he's right on 3 of the 4. The stars do rise and set at the same point, as I will show you in a few minutes from the...
No, they don't.
Didn't let him get very far, did he?
Naval Observatory, their program, their internet, their website. They have all of this in there. You can enter the stars, or you can enter the planets, or you can enter the sun, or you can enter the moon. It'll tell you where it's going to rise and where it's going to set, where it's going to be at its height in the sky when it's due south. They're going to have all that in there. And you'll see the stars never change. Never. They rise and set at the same point every day, and their height in the sky is at the same point every day when observed from the same place every day.
Our tilt changes relative to them. Second of all, you track the planets with sidereal rate?
Yes, because it's fairly similar, but it's not the same. But when he's taking photographs, they're just a short period of time. And they have a tendency to take these photos when whatever they're photographing is high in the sky, because it doesn't matter. It's the way the angles are to the sky. It doesn't matter much, and it's just a short time. But if you're going to track it from horizon to horizon, or over 24 hours, it's a whole other ballgame.
Now, even something like asteroids move on the average of an arc second or less every minute, which means that in a 20 second or 30 second shot of Mars or Jupiter, even a 2 or 3 minute shot of them where you're taking a series of them, it's not going to move significantly other than sidereal rate. The moon itself moves half a degree faster than sidereal rate due to its orbit. And the sun, of course, as we orbit the Earth, or as we orbit the sun, the relative position of the sun changes along with the tilt in the atmosphere, and the tilt of our axis. So the answer is you follow them with sidereal rate, and in the times that you're photographing the...
I'm also going to show you, but it'll probably be in another video, his whole tilt theory is completely wrong.
I didn't finish.
And I'll show you during the time of the solstice for the sun.
The planets, it will not change enough. You don't have to take into account its orbital speed or anything. So I'm done.
Thank you. Okay, be quiet. So anyhow, I disagree with him on. I know the sun changes every day because you can literally watch the sun rise a little bit more north each day right now as it moves towards going overhead in Cancer. The moon, I disagree with him on because it actually moves more than probably faster than the sun. It just moves sideways more, so it kind of ends up taking a little bit longer overall to reach the same point the next day. Obviously, about 25 hours average. The sun is an average of 24 hours. It's not 24 hours. It's an average, right? Solar noon is a little bit different as a day. I just can't figure out, and I can't find the information for where you can see the planets rise. I can watch it on my apps. I can see where they're coming up, and they look like they're coming up in the same part every day and setting in the same part every day. But
would it be true to say that some may not be setting or rising in a particular day, depending where they are?
Well, I mean, you know, to me, it's just common sense, because if you think about the orbits of the planets, they're all in different orbits, every single one of them. Not only that, you've got you know, some that we're not all on the same ecliptic plane.
No,
you know, we're all different orbital planes. So, you know, I don't see how they could possibly rise and fall at the same point each night. I just don't see how that's possible.
Yeah, well, actually, they don't rise and fall. They do an optical.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Well, whatever. There's, you know, where you know, see. Well, okay, see them at the same point in the sky each night. Then let's put it the other way. Then.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Yes. Lately, I just started looking at this recently, in regards to the planets. So you have an app, and you can point it at the night sky, and you can see the ecliptic, which is the path of the sun, and the planets. A bunch of the planets are fairly in line with that ecliptic. Some are like right on it. Some are like just to the side of it. And so I was wondering if they follow the path of the sun and move back and forth just like the sun, or if they just happen to be right now in that territory and they don't move near as much, which it turns out all the planets are different. Some move farther south and farther north, some move less.
Wow.
You'll see when I show some of these figures in a second video.
Their tracking rate is slightly different than the stars. If you actually,
you mean he's just found out what anyone who's been looking at them for a long time has discovered?
Yeah, I mean, what about the retrograde motion that they go through?
Yeah, that's
follow them throughout the night and check over the course.
Speed up a little
some
bit.
of the planets are right about even with the sun, with the star tracking rate, and so it won't make much difference for photography. But some of the planets are not the same as the tracking rate for the stars, and so that it would make a difference, especially over a day.
To a few days. So I know their tracking rate is slightly different.
But the funny thing is, how does any of this work on a flat Earth and not on a globe Earth?
Not different enough to make a difference when you're photographing them.
He always likes to say when you're photographing, but that wasn't what the question was about. It's just where do they rise and set, and do they have a different tracking rate than the stars? That was the question. But he knows if he just keeps saying photography, that people will just.
Because get me if I'm wrong, but if it's a flat Earth, wouldn't everything be the same all the time? And the planets would be the same all the time, and not go back and forth. And
on a flat Earth, they'd be rotating, not like Alan said.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad enough doing the motion of the planets on a geocentric Earth, on a geocentric globe Earth. So trying to do it on a flat Earth is even worse.
Yeah.
They'd be what their position will be spinning in a spiral, which is not rotating around a flat Earth.
Let me push forward a bit. We'll get to see if he actually pulls anything useful.
Okay. I'm going to pause for a second, and I'm going to show you information off the U.S. Naval Observatory website. Okay, this is rise and set times for where I live, here near Fresno. You can see it's U.S. Naval Observatory.
Ooh,
this is an official website. So anyhow, it gives my latitude and stuff like that. And it's going to give like rise times, set times.
Sitting out his front yard.
It'll give the time or the degree in the sky, the height in the sky and what time, which would be solar time, which would be the middle column, where it says like 11:58. For that would have been today. As you'll see, solar noon is not the same every day. It's an average of 24 hours. Now the column where it says 5:21 and then it has 76 degrees. 76 degrees is the azimuth where you will see the sun rising at that degree on the horizon in the east. And then it sets, you'll see in the one of the far right columns, at 284. So then tomorrow, the next day, it'll be 285, then 285, then 286, and 286 because it's moving north, and it'll do the same in the other column. It'll go from 521 to 520 because the sun will rise a little bit earlier and set slightly later each day until it reaches around June 6th.
Hold on a minute.
Which I'll show you that in a second because that's kind of a funny thing. So you can see there's a...
Hang on.
I thought that was round June the 21st. Numbnuts.
But I mean, the thing is though, if he's talking, well, I mean, if the Earth is flat, why is he talking about the sun rising and setting? It doesn't rise or set on a flat Earth. It can't. How? Why is he even talking about this?
In his world, it's going around and around with.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still not going to set or rise, though, is it?
Because
it goes away.
Because as Stingray pointed out, it's not inverse square law; it's inverse cube law. And there's a magic shape-shifting lampshade.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
So Gary, why are you even talking about this? If the Earth is flat, how can the sun set or rise? You moron.
Yeah.
It's a consistent rise in a different place each day.
Calculation from flat Earth, not a flat Earth.
Sorry, John, I missed that. Did you say that again?
This is a calculation from a globe Earth, not a flat Earth, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a start,
Yes.
anyway.
Yeah.
But he's taking this because he's saying what the observations will be.
Rises and sets slightly at a different point each day.
Even
so
though
noon
you
is at
can't
slightly
predict
different
it on
time
flat
each
Earth.
day.
But anyway.
And as it gets towards June 6th, it'll reach a height in the sky of, let's see, we'll get to it. Okay, we got the 6th over here.
That'll be the fun thing, is to challenge him to do these calculations based on a flat Earth, and work out how you could predict what the time is, and then match it against these predictions.
Yeah, and where the position
Can I just point out that the set time is getting later and later every day after June the 6th.
Yeah.
You can't even get the right date for the solstice, or the right approximate date for the solstice.
No, because in his world, the solstice is the same day every year.
Yeah, but he's like 15 days early on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll be 76 degrees in the sky. It'll be the height of the sun for the summer. And it will set at 300 degrees. It will rise at 61 on this day, but the next day it'll be down to 60. Now, it'll rise at 60 for the next 29 days, or 29 days in a row, until July 5 will be the last day it does. And it'll set each day at 300 degrees. So it's not changing at any point there. It'll rise. Oh, it's the sun. 77 is the height.
Fix your mic up.
Just such a small change. They don't even note it except for on the height of that solar noon. But you can see solar noon when it's like.
What are you doing, Gary?
Something got the dog.
He's outside.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. Anyhow, we see like about a 29 to 30 day stretch in June around the solstice, where the sun rises and sets at the same point each day. By the way, it does the same thing in December for about the same amount of time. So every time around the solstice, it's like the sun, or it's like the Earth in the globe model. The Earth must be taking a pit stop or a rest break from orbiting the sun.
He must be awfully.
Let
He
me,
must be awfully close
you.
to the equator for that to happen. Because I'm pretty sure up here at 52 degrees, the angle of the sun setting changes quite significantly in those 15 days between the 6th and the 21st of June.
But what's this supposed pit stop? The sun's still orbiting. It doesn't stop orbiting.
Yeah, but what they're saying here is that at Fresno, the sun is not moving further north in the sunset is not moving further northwest.
Yes, but the way he worded it was, it must be taking a pit stop. That's no, the sun's still going around.
Yeah.
It's not hasn't stopped. It's just not changing position. It's
Yeah.
just, that's all.
Yeah, but I'm going to say, for those of us closer to the poles, that doesn't happen like that.
No, it's a little bit different. For me, it's completely different too. So, yeah, as I said, I'd love to challenge him to, not that he'd do it, but yeah, okay, work out these calculations to work, so that you can predict what time the sun's going to set in Fresno for the next year. Come up with a calculation that doesn't involve using some sort of flat Earth, some sort of globe Earth calculation, because you've got enough information here to start that off. I'd like to know how he works it out, because obviously you'd have to have the sun speeding up and slowing down throughout the year as it passes.
Yeah.
Because that's
the rotation has to speed up or slow down.
Yeah, as it goes from one tropic to the other. Yeah.
Timbo, before he can do any of that, he's going to have a map they can all agree on that actually works.
Right.
Oh, yes.
That has all the distances on it correct.
Well, you'd have to accept that they know where the two tropics are, because they know where the extent of the sun goes. So unless he's going to deny that, then he can work with that. And then so he should know the distance from the North Pole to the tropics, in theory. He may not know where he could argue he doesn't know where the land is, but he doesn't need to do that. He's got one position, and that's all he has to do it from. But yeah, I'd like to see him try and work the maths out based on a flat Earth, and you can't do it unless the sun is speeding up and slowing down throughout the year. But we know it takes the same time to travel across the sky, so like speed wise. Anyway, let's see where he goes.
Some information on a star. Okay, this is the star I picked. There's numerous ones that they have there that you can pick, and they'll all do the same thing.
What, you mean there's more than one
Sirius.
star?
111 is the degree it will rise in the east. 37 degrees have its height in the sky when it's due south. And the last column, it will set at 249 degrees. Now you see, those never change. This is over 100 days. You can do it for 365 days if you want. You can set it for 9 days if you want. It never changes. Stars rise and set at the same point. Now, of course, Bob Early said they don't. So Bob lied. And
Another
Bob
thing
knows
he's
that
forgetting
Bob
as well
Isn't that different? Am I missing something? Aren't all those numbers changing?
Yeah, they are.
Yes.
Yes. But didn't you just say they don't change? And
I don't know. Oh, yeah, he did, didn't he? I don't understand what he's doing.
I think he's talking about you've got a time like 11:28, and then you've got a 3-digit, and then you've got 111, and then you've got 1638, 37S, and 2148, 249.
Yeah.
And I think it's
the 249 and the 111. Yeah, they don't change. Yeah.
And I believe they are the bearings.
Yeah.
And he hasn't gone through the full year, the full cycle year.
No. The other thing he's forgetting about is that Gary can't seem to, which most flat earthers don't, is scale, and also forgetting that stars are massively varying distances, and that's why we get parallax, and that's another thing I think he's forgetting about as well.
Yeah.
He thinks that they're all kind of at a set point in the sky. Well, no, they're not. They will, in relation to each other, they will change over a period of months or over a period of several months.
Did we lose Carl? Yes, we might have lost Carl. He's either lost power or lost internet.
But by such small, tiny amounts, it's minute. You're talking arc seconds. By the naked eye, you're not going to notice arc seconds or seconds of arc. It's so small.
Of course,
your eyes can't see it.
If you talk to a real astronomer, you're going to get a much, much more complicated answer than Gary's prepared for, because real astronomers measure coordinates in ascension and declination, right? Right ascension is measured from the March equinox, where the sun crosses the celestial equator at the March equinox. Right ascension's measured westward from that. And that's kind of related to the position of where the star rises above it, right? But the Earth does something called precession. And that happens over a period of 26,000 years, right?
Exactly.
And so gradually the stars are in fact going to rise at a different location on the horizon, and it varies how much that shift happens, based both on it happens based on your latitude as well, because imagine you're at the very close to the North Pole, where all the stars sort of do roughly horizontal circles around you. And as that precession happens, the star's going to rise at quite a larger distance further along the horizon as that precession happens, as compared for someone who's at the equator. So it does actually change, and it changes different amounts based on your latitude, but it happens very, very slowly. It's something like, in terms of right ascension, which is measured in hours, it turns out it's about 5.1 seconds of right ascension per century, so, or minutes per century. So it's not much. I think it's about 5.1 seconds per year, something like that. So it's very, very small, and you wouldn't notice it over the course of a year, but astronomers do actually take it into account. And so when they talk about right ascension, they have to actually give the year that right ascension was measured for. And so they know all about it, and they do know that it does change, but it changes very, very slowly.
Yeah. Whoops. Yep. Just checking that on. Yeah.
Yeah, you get that. Gary's the sort of person that say, "Oh, there's no difference because I looked at it one night and it hasn't changed the next." Yeah, wait a few thousand years.
Yeah, that's why the Egyptians had a different northern pole star to what we have.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's why Polaris isn't actually spot on. Although I think it's still getting there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be closest to around about 2100.
And to say the moon doesn't rise, the moon rises in the same position. It rises in different positions through the year, from the north, west. It is dramatically. I see it every time. It's not, from one position. It's from every position, because of the rotation of the moon, the angle of the moon.
And of course, added to the Earth's precession, you've got to also add the proper motion of the star itself. So the stars themselves actually move. And so, no, they won't rise on exactly the same location on the horizon, because they literally move.
Yeah, that's right.
Not very much for very distant stars, but closer ones move a considerable amount.
Yep.
That's right. That's what I looked up. When I looked online just to sort of check what he was saying, I could see that the professors and teachers were telling people, and the students were arguing against the professors, and the professors are like Paul says, they're looking at it from a completely different.
I've just been looking at various astronomical websites and things like that, and every single one of them are going to disagree with Gary. But he's calling Bob a liar.
Well,
every single one of them. Well, of course they will.
Well, when you're starting from with a false premise is that the Earth isn't rotating, then exactly, everything else from there on is bollocks. And of course, if you don't agree with Gary, then you're clearly lying.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like I said before at the start, he's already presupposed the answer before he's asked Bob the question. So he's already automatically going to disagree with Bob. So why ask the fucking question, Gary. What is the
first
point?
place, yeah.
You're trying to make a freaking point. This is what he's trying to do, so he gets a chance to actually call him a liar.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
where it's not just Bob that's gonna, you know, it's not just Bob that's saying it. It's every astronomer that's gonna say the same freaking thing. You know.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, we've had a bit of Flato for a bit. I thought we'd have a little break. I've got my quiz time.
Bizarre.
So let me just stop this one and start this one.
To that, I mean, like what we were talking about then requires that you take very careful observations with very accurate instruments if you're going to measure, shifts of stars very accurately. Well, the Gaia satellite, it can measure the positions of stars to within, I think it's around about 24 micro arc seconds, which if you want to know what a micro arc second is, it's around about the diameter of a human hair at a distance of 1,000 kilometers.
Yeah, it's
Decimally,
Gary, bloody accurate. You ain't gonna get that accuracy with your average high school protractor.
Yeah,
He's,
I mean, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
Gary's
what
using an app on his phone and his, as he likes to call it, his natural eye, as opposed to your unnatural eye.
This is the natural eye that couldn't explain. Well, tried to explain to me once how. I said, why do the stars rotate? Don't all have a concentric all the way from the north to the south? And he's trying to explain it somehow. It's how you're looking at it from the equator. I said, well, what difference would that make? So no concept.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, minutes of arc is minutes of arc of change is difficult to detect, let alone seconds of arcs or even I don't know what the other microseconds of arc. You're just not going to be able to see it with your naked eye. You're just not.
Well, arc second you can detect, but
could you? What with a naked eye? You could. Yeah.
No, not with a naked eye. With a telescope.
Exactly.
If you want to get better than that, you need a telescope array, and if you want to get better than, and that'll get you down to maybe a milliarc second. But if you want to get better than that, you better find something that's floating around out in space.
Yeah.
And it needs something accurate to actually measure that difference with as well.
Yeah.
Not your protractor. Ain't going to work.
Well, accuracy is a bit of a problem, If it's 2 milliarc seconds out, they say, like between one and the other, somehow that's a big problem. And it's like, no, no concept of that. Yes. Well, as I said, time
What's
for
next?
Timbo's Twisted Torture Test of Terror.
Yeah, put the link for the Zoom. Just put it in Fair Suck or something.
No Zoom. We're doing it through Discord.
Yeah, we don't need Zoom for this one.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. On Wednesday though, we might do the whole thing on Zoom next Wednesday, but for this one we'll still go through Discord. So you should be able to see my share. With the thong.
Yeah.
With the thong. Sorry, I need to bring it up so I can see it.
Share it with a peanut.
Yes, and I need to put it out there so they can see it. I had it all queued up. There it is. There we go. Peanuts can see it now. Peanuts.
My Google's ready.
Speed up your thing so you can get a chance to get in because there's a fair few people in here tonight. Let's go. First one. Okay, here we go. This is an easy one. What alcoholic drink is made mainly from juniper berries?
Don't like it. Don't drink it. I don't know what it is.
No, I don't drink it either. A miracle! It's brought forth juniper berries.
I'll have a gin and tonic, boy. With a slice of lemon, please. Gin.
Gin, yes.
Yeah, Mother's Ruin. Can't stand it.
Yeah.
Spooky's got it.
Or Virilin.
Yes, already. Gin is the correct answer. Question number 2. Well, actually, question 1.2.
Second question.
Which Italian automotive manufacturer gained major control of US automotive manufacturer Chrysler in 2011?
Well, I'm guessing it would be the biggest Italian manufacturer. Fix it again, Tony.
Yeah, Fiat. Yeah.
Oh, we got a couple of Fiats. Okay, let's go. See Fiat.
Yeah, it would have to be Fiat.
Yeah,
It would have to. Yeah, it's not going to be Ferrari or Lamborghini. They'd just go, no, thank you.
No,
yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Chrysler and Lamborghini.
Lamborghini
No.
are under Audi, aren't they? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always thought Ferrari were under Fiat anyway.
No, that's a company in itself, isn't it? On its own, I thought.
I can't remember because
yes,
they all seem to change hands so many bloody times. You have a job keeping up with it.
I was thinking.
I thought Fiat was at least a major shareholder in Ferrari.
Right. But they don't have overall control of it, though. Just a major shareholder.
They're I always find it Fiat's funny because I grew up with Fiat's being tractors, and then my brother bought a Fiat X19. X19? Yeah.
Yeah, Fiat X19. Yeah, hairdresser's car.
Yeah, at the time.
Yeah.
That's true, actually. I never thought about that.
That's
You're
what
right.
they're known for over here. You just mentioned Fiat X19 and some just say hairdresser's car.
Yeah.
He was not hairdresser.
I've never actually heard that, but now you come to mention it, it's like, yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah.
There you
like
go.
driving a Freelander, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he was like, I remember in that thing, he was so close to the ground, and they're not big, but yeah, it was always funny because up until that point, I always thought the Fiats were just tractors. But
anyway, next.
What year was McDonald's founded?
Oh, blimey.
Make a guess.
Gin.
Gin.
Go with 1952.
Nerd alert! I think you might need to speed up your video there. Gin was
you're a bit behind.
Yeah, a bit behind. Yeah, you need to refresh.
I'll say 55.
We got a 55.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because Alan said 1952, and I think it was a little bit later, so I'm gonna agree with Paul, probably 1954, 55, somewhere around there.
Yeah. And the correct answer is 55.
There you go.
There you go. Spot on. New to this channel, didn't know whether pro or con for. Yeah, no, just come in. You're right. Von Neumann, is it Von Neumann? My glasses have gone blurry.
Well, I would have said von Neumann because that I believe is how he pronounced it. The original clever person.
There you go, von Neumann. Okay, here's a hard one. What was Mountain Dew's original slogan?
Oh,
okay, what's Mountain Dew's
more of an American thing?
My question is, what was Mountain Dew's current slogan?
And I don't really see much of that over here. I'm sure you can buy it over here, but
yeah, I think you could buy it in the odd supermarket, but it's not very popular.
You can't buy the American formulation though because it's illegal in Europe. Because
because it's got too much sugar. Yeah, too much sugar.
Yes, there's some cancer-giving plastic in it.
Oh right,
that's nice.
Fun.
I haven't got a clue.
Or at least chemical that's used in plastic making that's bad for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does anyone know this one?
Nah, I don't.
No, no idea.
There's success beyond fear.
Okay.
That was one of the original slogans of Mountain Dew. Yeah.
Really?
Success beyond fear.
It'll tickle your innards as the
this was
original
the
slogan,
original one apparently in America. Yahoo, Mountain Dew, it will tickle your innards. Yeah, that was going to make me race out and buy it. Race out and buy it, wasn't it?
Tickle you something.
Yeah.
It'll definitely give you problems. The amount of sugar in it. What's the
Don't want my innards tickled. Thank you.
Tickle your something.
Okay, so let's move on. What was the soft drink Pepsi originally introduced as?
A tonic.
A name.
Fizzy piss.
Yeah, it was a medicine, a tonic, I think, if I remember rightly.
Oh yeah, what was it called?
Don't know.
Yeah. And
Fizzy
welcome,
piss.
You just come in.
Fizzy piss.
You've just come in through our quiz. You're welcome to put up an answer if you want. Before
I think it's like a tonic or a medicine originally.
it was called Brad's drink.
Brad
Brad can keep it.
What's Brad's drink? What is that then? When it's
That's what it was called.
Pepsi. That's what Pepsi was originally called. Brad's
a
drink.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, because it introduced as what he introduced. It didn't say the name, did he?
Okay.
Yeah.
Gonna do a couple of Rebus puzzles. Let's see. Let's do some simple stuff. Let's see.
Rebus puzzles.
Let's see if the someone out in the Peanuts can get this one. What's that one? Peanuts. I give you 10 seconds and then I'll let the panel answer.
What's Rebus puzzle?
Say what you see.
Okay.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. Okay,
I
Alan.
didn't know what a Rebus puzzle was.
Okay, Alan, you can tell him what it is. Yeah, we got one. Spooky got it. Spooky got it. Misunderstood.
Oh. Dear me.
Yeah, I was just referencing the TV show that we had over here with.
Yeah, say what you see.
Yeah.
Catchphrase.
Okay.
That was it.
Okay, 10 seconds. We'll give the.
Oh yeah, that's an easy one.
We'll give
Walk
them
in the park.
Yeah, walk in the park.
He hasn't moved.
Walk in
I'm
the
still
park.
on misunderstood. What's
Haven't
going
you?
on? Oh, I had my screen covered. It. Sorry, my bad.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, okay. Walk in the park.
Oh,
Here we go. Yes, walk in the park. Okay, next round of trivia. What is the Porkagee? Pork.
Porkagee?
Now I'm not going to be able to say it. I've started off wrong. I'm just stuck in my head. What is the Portuguese word for Brazil?
Brazil.
Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spooky's
Brazil, I
going
think.
Spooky's going to get that. Brazil.
Yeah.
Brazil. Brazil.
Brazil. When did the website Facebook launch?
I don't know.
Or the Facebook, as it was.
Christ, that would have been round about.
I'm gonna.
2009, 2010,
No, earlier.
maybe.
Earlier.
Not much
I was gonna
earlier.
say 2005.
Oh,
2004.
yeah. Because Paul's just googled it like I just did.
No.
Liar. Okay, I'll give you a precise date, and I'm going to sound clever as well. February the 4th, 2004.
What city and what state?
Well, he wasn't he. But I know for this for a fact. Mark Zuckerberg was in Harvard at the time, so wherever Harvard is, I don't know where that is.
Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Is it? There you go.
Oh, the other Cambridge,
The other Cambridge, yeah.
the knockoff one, not the original.
Yeah.
Didn't he? I think didn't he originally make it just for his fellow students or something to connect with each other or something like? If I remember the story right.
I don't know, but when I joined Facebook, there was only 2 of us with my name in the whole world on Facebook. And I know that because somebody requested me to be a friend. And it's like, and I looked at their profile and thought, you're a teenage lad in the States and you're religious. I definitely don't know you. You've got the wrong one. I don't know how many there are now, but back then, 2.
Okay.
It seems like Facebook's been around a lot longer than that. I don't know about you, me. You know,
Feels
I
like
suppose
it.
it's so ingrained in everybody.
That's true.
I was going to make you tell me the names of the twins that sued him, who actually came up with the idea. Anyway,
I remember at one point, I think the kind of like the mid sort of teens of 2000, and like something like about 2015 and 16, something like 80% of the world's population had a Facebook account.
Yeah,
something
it was.
Like that.
It's
ridiculous.
It's vastly dropped off, but yes, it was.
Yeah, it's dropped off a bit now. Yeah.
Well, people still have the account; they just don't use it. I mean, I've had one for years, but
not active anymore.
Last time I looked at it was, I don't know, I forget. Okay, how many people know their names of melons?
No, no idea. What's the name of a melon and common holiday figurehead? No idea.
What's a holiday figurehead?
Well, Tooth Theory might be one, but that's not holiday. Cupid would be a holiday. There you go. Without giving anything too away.
Oh, right.
Cupid would be the figurehead for Valentine's Day.
I know, watermelon. I don't know.
Watermelon.
I wouldn't have to be Santa Claus. Come on.
There you go. It has to be Santa Claus. What else would it be? Easter Bunny.
What's the name of a melon and common
It's not
holiday
a Santa Claus melon. That's bollocks.
Well, Google it. Go on. Go on. You prove me wrong. Go on. I'm waiting.
Santa some Claus weird melon, bloody country, really? Isn't it? Told you it'd be in a weird country. It's Spanish.
There you go.
Why would you call it sometimes known as the Christmas melon? But why? It's just a bloody melon.
Right?
Why would you?
It's like you guys in your silly orange pumpkins, not the nice blue ones like we have.
What? Blue one? Blue pump? What?
We have
having a giraffe? Blue pumpkins? You can't have a blue pumpkin.
We have blue pumpkins. Yeah, Queensland blues.
No, you can't have. No, you can't have that. You're not having that, no.
Pumpkins, Timbo.
Yeah, that's what you make. Oh, well, I call them pumpkins. That's what I always grew up eating. Pumpkins.
That's funny.
Pumpkin.
M spelled with an M.
Pumpkin.
No, pump. As in, like you got a pump. A pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Not pumpkin. Not pumpkin. Pump. No, pump. Say pump and then kin at the end of it. Pumpkin.
Flo Bjelke Pedersen makes good pumpkin scones. There you go.
It does, mate. And Flo as well.
Yeah.
Oh dear, I've had a good laugh today.
See, all Aussies know. Yeah, blue pumpkins. So there you go. Yeah, pumpkin. Anyway, moving on. Stop making fun of the host, or he'll give you nasty questions. What was the? And by the way, I'll take it back. Now you've got to get Milky Way, not Milky Way, to win the.
Oh no! Come on! No, come on now.
Okay, what was the original name?
He was never going to say Milky Way. Nobody says Milky Way apart from you.
Okay.
Or if you're talking about hitchhikers.
Yes, I think you are a bit behind Nerd Alert. Okay, we moved on from Facebook a while ago. Okay, what was Google's? And it wasn't Google. What was it originally called?
You're going to say Goggle.
If I get this right, Timbo, do I get a back rub?
Googly.
I'll rub the screen for you. How's that?
Googly.
That's as close as you're getting.
Googly, that's a cricket term.
Crash the internet. Google.
Yeah, Google. How to break the internet. Yeah, that's a make that way. Okay, no, it wasn't called bread search. No. Okay, Paul, can you tell them what Google was first called?
Back rub.
Back rub.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Back rub.
Back rub. Why would you call a search engine back rub?
Who knows?
Why not? It's probably got to do with using the spider to go through and find all the channels. I remember, I used to like Excite. I don't know if anyone remembers Excite. That was my thing.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
That was good.
I remember Ask Jeeves, because that didn't last for that long. But it was good, though.
What was it? What, Paul, was it?
Dogpile.
Dogpile. I never used Dogpile. No. Yes. I remember most people tried to use everything other than either Internet Explorer or what was that one?
Netscape.
Netscape. That's the word I was looking for.
Netscape.
Yeah.
Alta Vista was one of the first search engines, wasn't it?
One of them. Alta Vista was good, but I think it's one of the reasons why Google became good is it dropped all the ads. So when you actually did a search, you actually got search results, not ads, which is what everyone else was doing at the time.
The old AOL.
Yeah, I never used that one. America Online. Yeah. Okay. Where did pineapple plant originate?
Oh, originally that's South America, like Argentina or Paraguay or something like
We'll
that.
go to South America.
Remember
Larry's already put up
Yeah.
with South America. We got anyone who can pin that down a
Yeah.
bit more? Latin America.
It's part of the bromelide family.
Probably more likely Brazil, known in Brazil, and it was a very, very large country, isn't it? So probably likely Brazil, I should imagine.
Yeah.
Or one of the South American countries, anyway.
It is South America. That's close enough.
Oh, there you go.
South America, close enough.
Actually, it's known as a bromelide.
A bromelade.
Yeah, that was the original name, I think.
I don't know. It's just nice on pizza.
Right, I'm off.
I don't mind. I always grew up with it on pizza. Okay, some more Rebus puzzles. Let's go.
And it's more associated with Hawaii, isn't it?
1 in a million.
1 in a million. Yeah, easy done.
Yeah.
These first ones are fairly easy, I've got to admit. But let's get us going. Okay, next one.
Looking back.
Looking back. Or looking backwards.
Or looking backwards, yeah.
I reckon it's looking backwards, but yeah, looking back was just as good. Okay, moving on. Trivia. What country has the most Trappist breweries? As in Trappist monks, that is. So.
Oh, that's...
I hate to as much as they'd like to think so,
Italy.
Tasmania is not a country.
I really have no idea about anything about Trappist monks at all. Not the first idea.
Sorry, Timbo.
It's all right. Oh, we've got a Belgium and a Germany. Judy thinks Germany. I don't know about Germany.
I did say Italy, but I'm guessing that's wrong.
Yeah, the correct response is we've got a couple of guessing Germanys and a Belgium. Traptaria. How would you say? Traparia.
I'm going to agree with Alan for no apparent reason.
No apparent reason. Okay.
Italy. You just say Italy. Yeah,
Belgium.
No apparent reason.
Larry was correct.
Oh, Belgium. There you go.
Obviously, Larry was away.
Yes.
Belgium has the most Trappist breweries. Okay.
Well, we do. We do. I should have realised that, considering we have a pub in Norwich called the Belgian Monk that specialises in Belgian beer.
There you go, then. Yeah, kind of gives it away a bit, doesn't it?
Oh, this one's easy.
We got a slot. Oh, I think yes. You're close, Spooky. We're not quite.
Zloty. Right. Polish zloty.
Zloty. Larry's got that one right. Yeah. And obviously Matt had that right too. Slutty.
I've actually got some zloty notes somewhere. Or at least I did.
Okay. Electronic music producer Kygo popularity skyrocketed after a certain remix. What song did he remix?
Not a clue.
Yes.
It sounds like something I think secretly Farmers knows the answer to this, but doesn't want to admit to it.
I bet he doesn't.
I like a lot of electronic music, but that stuff tended to come out in the 70s and the 80s. And I have no idea who Kygo is.
I'm not getting answers out there. There you go. Ed Sheeran. I see fire.
Who?
Ed Sheeran. Oh,
Ed Sheeran.
Who? What? Oh.
I can't play it. I'd get a copyright strike.
I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with the tune. Obviously, Ed Sheeran. No. You have no fucking laughing, you.
Okay. What type of dog is Handsome Dan, the mascot of Yale University? What breed of dog is he?
A Chihuahua, I think.
A Chihuahua.
Stab in the dark.
A Chihuahua.
A Doberman. A pug. I don't know.
Well, you don't have
I've just
to
thrown
know.
dog breeds out there.
You can be wrong. You can just be ignorant. You know.
He's a Shih Tzu.
My grandkids' new favourite cartoon is about a family of anthropomorphized Australian dogs.
Bluey. Yeah, Bluey.
God, that sounds awful.
Blue. We're talking about Bluey. Blue was just trying to say something just then.
He was.
Well, being a university, that's surely got to be taking the piss, so I'm going for Bulldog.
Yeah. What do you reckon, Blue? You were trying to get a word in edgewise there.
No, that was my answer. So thank you.
Yours was bulldog, was it?
Yep.
Yep.
But I couldn't get in.
There we go. Bulldog is the correct answer. Yes.
There you go.
I'm going to say Blue got that first because.
Yeah, he was trying to get in.
He's trying to get in. Okay, here you go. What is the airspeed of airspeed velocity of an unloaded swallow?
I don't know. What do you mean, African or European?
Oh, European.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm not going to say anything because I'll get it wrong and I'll die. So I'm not going to say anything.
Okay, give me a guess.
I'll get thrown in the air. Well, we need to know what it was African or European. That's what we need to know.
I would say that it's approximately 20 miles an hour.
I'd say 60k.
But that's an unladen swallow, obviously.
Yes, it does say that.
Because if there's two of them carrying a coconut with on a creeper held under the dorsal guiding feathers, it's appreciably less. But I reckon it's about 20 mile an hour.
A coconut? What the hell?
Don't remember when they asked you, are you riding on horses? No, we're using coconuts. Where did you get them? We found them. What, here in Mercia?
Right. That's right. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And he says the swallow and the whatever may fly south in the winter, but they're no stranger to our shores. And he says you suggested that coconuts migrate. Just fucking inspired that was. So it's either African or European, or you want the actual answer, which is about 20 miles an hour.
Okay. I got nothing out there except that Larry pointing out that they have 5 species of swallow.
I said 60k.
24.
24.
24 what?
24 miles an hour.
24 miles per hour. Miles per
How
hour.
do we know?
Hang on.
Meters per second.
I've got to
we
Google,
know.
I've got to Google this now. So
If you Google it, and I've had this come up before.
It's got a coconut.
Well, it can't carry the coconut on its own. That's why there needs to be 2 of them. They have a coconut on a creeper, and they hold the end of the coconut under the dorsal guiding feathers.
Right. Okay. Bit of drag there.
And yes, I do know the script back to front and off by heart, pretty much.
yes, the European unladen swallow is 24 miles per hour.
There you go. Well, you got the answer just as 24 though. But you need to say 24 what?
Dear idea.
I could have put 11. What if I put 11 there? What would that be?
How much is that?
That's 11 meters per second.
Yeah, how much is that kilometers? But
what? 24 miles per hour? I don't know. I'd have to work it out. Come on, yeah. About that.
About 30 kilometers.
About 40 kilometers an hour.
When I Google it, I actually get it gives me 24 miles an hour for a laden swallow, not for an unladen swallow.
Well,
controversial.
Oh, okay.
Controversial.
Well, I can put up this one here. It definitely says, in the end, it's concluded that the velocity of a European unladen swallow is 24. That was the first response I got from Google. So there you go. Anyway, move on. Reba's puzzle. What's this one? That's an easy one. See if Matt can
You're
get
under
that.
arrest.
There you go. Yeah.
You're under arrest.
No, not.
In the name of the law.
That's Pete. You're under arrest. Okay. And that one? That's an easy one.
Stand by me.
Stand by me, yeah.
Okay. Next one. Before the 19th century, the living room was called what?
The parlour? No, not the parlour. No.
The drawing room.
Drawing room. That's the word.
Yes, drawing room.
That's the word.
Fully properly, the withdrawing room.
Withdrawing room. Yes. Well, yeah, that's how it became the drawing room. They just dropped the with, but you withdrew to it.
Judy's sticking to parlour.
Okay.
So
In fact,
I don't think it's
technically,
parlour.
the women withdrew to it.
you go, Judy.
Right.
while the men sat around the table smoking cigars and drinking port.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
Brandy.
politics.
Yes.
But the world rights, yeah.
I was going to say it's the parlour.
Is it? Are you sure? Are you sure? Because I did say parlour and they changed my mind.
Google is never. Yeah, I know. You say you're wrong.
Google's
Well,
wrong.
are you going to say Google is never wrong?
Yeah, exactly. Of course it's not. It's our wealth of knowledge. Okay, what year was Queen Elizabeth II born?
A long time ago.
97 of them ago.
97 of them ago, which was? Give me. Not how many years.
1920,
what year?
1926.
1926 is the answer.
Because she was born 1 year before my mother was born.
That'll it. You were correct. Yes.
And she was named Queen Elizabeth Regina.
Correct.
Yes. Now, I left this question in because I had no idea. I thought, okay. What is the romanticized Arabic word for moon? Romanized. I was trying to get that. It just wasn't coming. Romanized.
Oh, and by the by, I just had a look on Wikipedia for the history of the living room, and it used to be called either the parlour or the drawing room. Thank you.
No. It doesn't count. It doesn't say parlour on my. It says parlour on my blue screen here, so it must be correct.
You see, you didn't investigate it. You just cherry picked, didn't you?
Yeah, cherry picked that. Just...
Right. Question gone.
Okay. Anyone have any idea?
I think it's. I just looked it up, and apparently, according to you guys, Ya'ama. Apparently.
Ya'ama.
Ya'ama.
You mean Kuma?
Translate to my moon.
Kuma.
Are you cheating looking up on the net, mate?
No, I was close. It was Ma anyway.
Yes, he is cheating. That's okay. Cheating's not the right word. He is researching.
Yeah, I'm researching precisely. I'm researching. I've got lots of tabs open, so therefore I have a very high IQ.
He's His Google view is high.
Yeah.
So we are supposed to research now.
Yeah.
Well, that's up to
Yeah.
Oh dear, I've already put the answer there. That's all right because I didn't like that question anyway.
Never heard of that person anyway.
No, so that's all right. We'll move on for that one. Okay, which of the following?
Let's not bother with that one.
Which of the following languages does not use gender as? Sorry, which? So which languages that should have read? Sorry, do not use gender as part of their grammar.
Well, it's definitely not America.
English.
French.
It's definitely not French because everything's genderized in French.
English. We don't genderize our words.
Really?
Really?
Well,
Well,
go
it
on
says
then.
don't gender as part of its grammar.
Yeah, go on then. Which part of
Yeah,
our
we
grammar
definitely-
gets genderized?
He, her,
He, she.
No,
he, she.
no, that's
she.
not what it means.
Well,
In French, some words are masculine and some are feminine.
Oh, right. Okay, I've got you. Yeah.
In which
yeah.
part of our
Yeah,
language
yeah,
are
yeah.
some of the words feminine and some
You
masculine?
mean like
Feminine, masculine, neuter.
You
like German.
you mean so actor and actress are not words in the English language?
No, it's not what I'm on about. For fuck's sake. You ever tried to
No,
speak
no.
French?
Yeah, I have. Well, I'm just saying.
It's like German. It's like German. Yeah, the words could either be feminine, masculine, or neuter. So you got to say dein, die, or der.
Yeah, we don't do that in
it's got to
English.
No,
yeah,
you
it's got nothing to do with gender.
You do have genderized nouns in English.
We do, yeah.
Nouns, yeah.
Yeah,
Pronouns,
so,
yeah.
So,
exactly.
so we do have gender as part of the language.
Is there a mistress?
In the style of Monty Python, I'll give my answer as Finland, 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 the place that I want to be.
Is there a miss?
Did anyone get that out in the? Yes, finished. Judy had
Yeah,
that.
Judy did.
Yeah. Judy
Which
had
I would
that.
hope she would do.
Yes.
Judy, wait.
Turkish is also another one. Sorry, I did look up Finnish.
So is Hungarian and Estonian.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not good.
But not English.
So
Yeah, so not English. English is definitely.
Bollocks.
you blokes are cheating.
Well, there's a genderized word. Is anyone gender with bollocks?
Farmer's always gonna debate with Google over this.
No, I can't be asked.
Can't be asked. Okay.
Yeah.
Where are we up to? Okay. That's it. There you go. What's that one?
I see you standing or something. I don't know. I see you stand.
Ooh, I've stopped them.
I don't know. That's a stump. Must stump me.
Depends what the ICU is referring to.
Mm.
Because as soon as I see ICU, I think intensive care unit.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Of course, it could just mean
Oh, so did
ICU.
Nerd Alert's got it. Spooky's got it.
Yeah, they meant the other ICU.
I see you understand. I see you
Yeah.
understand. What? Eh?
I see you understand.
Okay.
You don't read it as the letters, you read it phonetically. So that means ICU, as in I see you, and it's understand. So I see you understand.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go. I see you understand. Okay. What's that one?
It's a bit pants.
Come on, guys. No cheat. No Googling, eh?
They were Googling that one. No, that one. These are
What
hard.
do you Google this? How the hell do you Google this?
Exactly.
You can't can you? No.
Jesus, John.
Yeah. Well, you could. I suppose you could take a screenshot, dump it into image search, and come back with a result. I suppose
You could do that. Yeah, you could try.
You really wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay. I know Judy's already got this. Judy's already got this.
Oh, be long. Oh, okay. Very good.
Just trying to be straight with you guys.
Or B flat if you're into music.
Oh, B flat. You could do B flat. Yeah.
I'll be B flat.
But yeah, be long is the correct. Well, that's what I had. Be long. Okay.
Not B Lou.
No. What year was? Oh, do any of you know what? I know what a Robo Sapien. I've got one.
Oh
I've
God,
got
I
several.
remember those.
I've got a whole
things.
collection of them. I've got Robo. I've got Fem Sapien. I've got the. Yeah.
We want Robo Sapien. 2 weeks later, don't want it now. Fed up with it.
Oh yeah, I've
Happy
got Robo
Christmas.
Sapien. I've got Robo Raptor, and the smaller one, and yeah, I've got them all.
God, I'm trying to remember when we bought them for the lads. I don't know. 2007, 2008, something like that.
I actually tell a fib. I've got Robo Sapien Media, which was the really advanced one with the camera and the television and screen. And, yeah, it's cool. It still is.
Load of rubbish.
Okay. No one idea? 2004.
Well, I said some. It's that early.
It was toy of the year, and then and Robo Raptor was a toy of the year next year. So, okay, according to Fairworks Australia, they gave me an answer to this. I'm not quite sure it's correct, but let's see. How long do you have to work to get long service leave in Australia? And this is before you can entitled to get some money. 50 years. It's not 50 years.
It's about 5 years.
Yeah. That was. I actually agree with you, Paul, because if you leave at 60, you get payout some money, not the whole lot. But that's not the answer that came up. So no one will know. 6 months. I really wish that was true. That after working 6 months, you got long service leave. No, according to that was 7 years, but. I think you actually get pro rata after 5 years, and
so what is long service leave? Is that like extra time on top of your normal standard leave, or what?
No, it's like extended holiday, but you get paid for it. Like you
Right,
might take
okay.
3 months off and get full pay while you're taking that off.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
And
Mine probably show a thing is of long service retirement.
That's leave as opposed to look. I'm just leaving. They're yes, it used to be. Now you just get usually paid out. But I remember when I first did it, long service leave, you got an extra week's holiday. So rather than the standard 4, you could have 5 weeks holiday a year, and you got paid a little bit of extra money. And if they kicked you out, they had to pay out your long service leave.
Yeah, and at 50 years, the retirement fund.
Yeah. So that's the big thing is if you're due long service leave and they sack you, they've got to pay you out for long service leave.
Sorry, I misread that.
Anyway, virtual reality. Obviously, you guys don't have long service leave. Anyway, virtual reality. Oculus VR lost which of its co-founders in a freak car accident in 2013?
Oh, I'm not going to Google it, but I can picture his face. I remember reading this, and I remember his face, really scruffy beard, but I have no idea what his name is. I haven't got a clue.
No idea.
No idea. I'm not getting any answers.
Don't remember him.
In the peanuts. It is Andrew Scott.
Oh, there you go.
Something wrong with my system. It's pushing up the line. Here you go. I'll leave this one for Blue. Blue will get this one. Okay, Blue. What does TCAS stand for?
I know what it stands for.
If he's there. We'll give him 10 seconds to answer.
If he doesn't, I'll answer.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. You can answer. There you go.
Traffic collision avoidance system.
There you go. It's saved a lot of lives. If people, as long as people do what it says.
Yeah.
There was one case
There's been problems with it, but they've pretty much sorted it out.
The biggest problem with TCAS is, from what I remember, it doesn't transmit if the weight is on the walls.
Yeah.
So you don't show up as being on the bloody runway.
No.
Yes. Yeah, and because I watched a lot of air crash investigation, when I was I think it was a Russian pilot who ignored what TCAS said, and the captain decided to do what he thought was best. And if he had done what TCAS had said, they would have been saved. But
that's the one I was thinking. I've been watching a lot of just recently, actually, a lot of aircraft investigations, and right enough.
Because he was
TCAS come up a number of times.
Because he was looking at the radar or something or other, and TCAS, of course, was using a different thing and actually knew where the planes were, and he told it to go down, and he went up, and the other one was told to go up, and they went up, and they ran into each other. Yes, moving on. TCAS, traffic collision avoidance system. Okay, if someone said you are ULID, what would they mean? And this is old time speak.
I know I'd respond with, I'd tell them to go somewhere. Go for the multiply, because I would think they were probably calling me something nasty.
So, okay, they are. So what insult are they calling you?
I haven't got a clue.
And it's not fat.
Something like horrible or something, I don't know. Odd. Is it an old-fashioned English word, or is it a foreign word, or what?
Old-fashioned English word.
Odd. No idea. It doesn't
oily.
ring any bells.
No, not oily.
Oily.
Old. No. People call me old. No, not many people call me old, I've got to admit. Luckily, I don't look my age.
Would be a person with more sense.
No, it's an insult. It is. You smell extremely unpleasant.
Oh.
You smelly bastard.
You smelly bastard.
Not heard of that one before.
There you go.
That must have dropped out of use a long time ago.
Okay, we'll finish off with a couple more Rebus puzzles. Okay, what's that one?
Over in under.
No.
Under over?
Nope.
Or over under?
Nope.
Underdone. What?
Nope.
So let me get this
Roger,
straight.
Roger.
He was over under and he was underdone.
Roger, Roger.
Roger.
It does have over in the answer, yeah. Funny enough.
Twice over? I don't know.
No.
Roger.
No. Double over. No. No one's got it yet. Not even out there. Think about position.
Position of over.
Over the middle? Over the left? Double over the... I don't know.
When
You're almost... Matt, you're almost there, Matt.
Over the top.
You was,
Over the top.
No, Matt was almost there. He was
over there.
Over the left? Over... I don't know.
Yes.
What did I say? I don't even know what I said.
Now just change it. Change the order.
It's military term of over.
Left of the over. Left of over. Left over. Left over.
Left over. How many overs?
2 left over. There you go.
No. Leftovers. Leftovers.
Oh, leftovers. I was close then.
Yes, Spooky got it eventually. Leftovers.
God.
Kind of pushing me in the right direction. So
Yeah.
That doesn't say Romans go home.
Thomas.
Oh, okay. Mass motion towards, isn't it?
Here you go.
Oh, jeez. Something about alphabet. The missing letters. It's got something to do with the missing letters. T.
Which are T and V.
T and V.
T and V in 4 weeks.
East, west.
You're getting there.
TV,
You're getting there.
Television, TV.
Getting there.
A week in TV or something. Oh.
Okay.
TV Weekly.
Missing TV for weeks.
Oh, close.
Frequency.
Missing TV.
Okay. Who has
For a week. Missing TV for a week.
Okay. Who has kids?
Me.
And what do you do when they're naughty?
Spooky's got it again.
Yeah, Spooky's got it.
Smack around there with a baseball bat. That's what I do. I'm only joking when I said that, by the way. Please don't report me.
No. The trick is to use the length of hose pipe.
Oh, okay. It hurts more. I'll try that one.
Yes.
Doesn't leave any marks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So Spooky got it. Yes.
Don't ask me how I know that.
No TV.
What's the answer?
No TV for a week.
I'm pretty sure I said that.
No, you didn't.
I'm pretty sure I did.
You did not say no TV.
Oh, okay.
You said missing TV.
Oh, okay.
In a week or something rather. But yes, it's 4 because there's 4 a weeks. So 4 a week. No TV.
Whatever.
It's got to get it.
I said no TV for 4 weeks. That was close.
It's a Rebus puzzle. You've got to get it right. Okay, so there you go.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. Well, you got to
tell me what to do.
If you don't say the right
don't
thing,
have to get it right.
If you don't say the correct thing, it's not correct.
I can be wrong whenever I like, which is often.
You can be. That's true. I would believe that, Matt.
But I'm still right even when I'm wrong.
There's a sog in there, someone. I could be wrong. I could be right.
It could be. Okay.
But either way, I'm right.
So it's got to change.
That's public image. That's the one I think
there
of.
you go.
Public image. Rise.
There's your quiz for this week.
Thank you very much.
Wednesday
That was
week.
fun.
Okay, we'll go back to here. And now last week we became pilots, so I thought I'd see what we could become this week. Let me just.
Is Paul going to give us some?
Oh, yeah, that's right. We were with what was the Tiger Moth pilots last week. We weren't we? Because of a public information film about we know how to start an engine.
Were we?
We know
Where
how
was
to
I
move
last week?
the. Yeah, you were away. You weren't here. We know how to move the gear stick. No, the gear stick. What? the joystick. And and we know how to use the throttle, so therefore we can fly.
The stick of joy.
You fail,
Oh,
Matt.
white magic.
You fail, Matt, because he told
know.
you it's not called a joystick. What did the video tell you?
I can't remember what they called it. But he did say otherwise known as the joystick. He said control column.
No, yeah, control column. Correct. That's.
But you did say otherwise known as the joystick.
No. He said this is the joystick, otherwise known as the control column.
Oh, okay. Well, I was right about joystick then, wasn't I?
I was going to say you fail your certification of.
No, I can fly. I watched it, so I can fly. It's fine. It's all good.
Okay.
I'm qualified.
So this week is on application of light. So here we go. So we become.
Light is magic. There is magic in the way it is created, in the way it travels, the way it behaves. And beyond the magic of light itself, there is the magic of science, finding new and amazing uses for light, the life giver. Sunlight is a mixture of several different kinds of light. Most familiar is the visible light, the kind of light we see and see by. Then, as modern sun worshippers know, sunshine contains an invisible form of light called ultraviolet. Ultraviolet light produces tan skins and those healthy little things called vitamins. Science has learned how to produce this invisible form of light artificially. And now, without leaving our homes, we can turn winter into summer. The scientific ultraviolet light generator is arranged to remove all of the visible light and project a strong beam of invisible black magic light. One of the most amazing things about ultraviolet light is its ability to help us see things which by ordinary light are impossible to see. The radiations of pure ultraviolet light produce a strange effect called fluorescence. Fluorescence is a glow such as is found in the figures of an illuminated clock dial. Many different chemicals respond to the radiations of ultraviolet light. Different chemicals seem to respond with a different glow.
Thanks for telling us what chemicals, but anyway.
This fluorescent effect makes it possible to read many secret or hidden messages. The ink with which the hidden message is written seems to glow under the magic rays.
Anti-aircraft.
By the same principle on altered documents, erasures and changes may be brought out so that the attempted alteration is clearly visible. Mixed in with the visible sunlight and the ultraviolet light is another magic light that our eyes cannot see, but which we can feel as heat.
Look at the ice cream dripping.
These invisible rays of heat, which form so large a part of sunshine, have been given the name infrared light. Infrared light has no visual effect on our eyes. So in order to see its results, we must use a camera containing a special film which is sensitive only to infrared light. To furnish invisible light for the infrared camera, we will use these big electric units which produce no visible light at all. And now, for the first time on the motion picture screen, we are going to see a picture made entirely by infrared light in a dark room. There go the lights. And here is the picture taken by the infrared camera. And remember, to the eye, this girl is in total darkness. Infrared light is very penetrating in its effect. With it, for example, we can even take the young lady's picture while she's hiding behind a screen coated with rubber.
Why would you want to do that?
I don't know why you're trying to do it, but anyway, you can.
Well, I can think of
The
lots of
magic light
reasons why
shows that
might be
even a
useful.
brand new shave isn't good enough when you...
Why do you say that, Al? Sorry.
I can think of lots of things that being able to see through screens like that would be useful for. But,
Yes.
You know.
But
Solar filter, like,
but taking pictures through rubber of somebody is not well, not something I think is high on the list. Yes. Anyway.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
at least a few of them will land you on the sex offenders list too. So.
Yeah, just sound a bit kinky, doesn't it?
I mean, come on, let's face it. The Germans invented one of the Germans invented a big one for that in 1943.
What was that then?
Although it didn't work very well.
What was that then?
I don't know that one.
What was that then, Alan?
You fitted it on a you fitted it on an STG 44.
You were posing.
Sorry, keep going. You fit it on it, did you?
So you fitted it on STG 44. So
What's that?
you could operate it in the dark.
Yeah, we reflected the light of different materials.
Infrared night sights.
Yeah.
Oh.
They were towards the end of the war. They started to fit them to tanks, and you worked alongside a half track that had a dirty great big infrared spotlight on it.
Different materials radiate different radiated light.
Yeah. Anyway.
For the infrared camera.
Especially with the opal light.
It digs right down and finds the whiskers that haven't even sprouted yet. Previews the shave 3 days in advance. Visible white light has also been put under control by science. A remarkable new device splits light into separate narrow rays so that the path of a beam can easily be followed. Notice that a light spreads out from its source in all directions. We can see how a mirror reflects light, how a prism bends the rays in different directions, and how light can even be bent around corners in tubes and pipes. Now let's see the effect of a simple reflecting surface used to control light. The rays leave their source, strike the reflector, and bounce back on themselves in the same path. Then if we place a lens like this in the path of the light, the rays are bent inward. Now let's try another type of lens, similar to the lens used in automobile headlights. Instead of bringing the rays together at a point, this lens bends them so they go out in parallel lines. In the motor car headlight, the new system of light control makes use of the type of reflecting surface called a parabolic reflector. No matter at what angle the light rays strike the reflector, they are bounced back in an even parallel path. The actual mechanics of this new headlamp are somewhat similar to previous two-beam lamps. When we are driving in the country, light from the central filament is used, and an intense beam of light is reflected straight ahead and far down the road. When we switch to the passing beam, another filament only a few thousandths of an inch away is lighted, and the beam is now aimed down and to the right of the road. A more accurate lens has been designed to direct light farther ahead in the driving beam, and more light on the right side of the road for the passing beam. Then the whole unit has been sealed airtight, so that air and moisture, tarnish and rust cannot cut down its efficiency. And so today, we drive with headlights that apply the latest principle of scientific light control. Headlights suited to the speeds at which we travel. On the high road, controlled light makes possible safe speed because we can always stop within the range of our own headlights. In city driving...
Sorry, what was that, John? You're a bit soft there.
Yeah. Head-on light. Yeah, with the new cars, different... it's a softer light, head-on.
Head-on, okay.
Yeah.
And in passing other cars on the highway, our controlled passing beam continues to light the right side of the road without...
Hey, they're driving on the wrong side of the road.
Ah, come on.
Yeah.
Well, when's the last time you saw a switch on the floor, though?
Shining in the other fellow's eyes.
Never.
If we drive...
Never? Oh, there's just one there. Isn't that... Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Some of it. No matter. You had it on the floor. I remember on the floor.
And always dim our lights when passing, we can take full advantage of the new controls science has given us.
Always use the traffic beam when passing.
And in the laboratories of today, science is working on the light of tomorrow, seeking still more numerous ways of using it to make life for all of us better and safer. Who knows what miracles are yet to come from the amazing development of visible and invisible light when the magic light of tomorrow comes into its own.
Okay, so there you go. We're now experts on light.
Blimey.
Okay, so I've watched that. When do I get my PhD?
Oh, it's in the mail, along with the chick.
But so the space of a week, I've got a pilot's license and I've got a PhD. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Doing well in a week.
You're doing well. Yeah, you're doing well.
What's
Yeah,
next?
the
What's next?
license, mate.
What's
Yeah,
next?
how'd you
I
get that?
haven't decided. Next,
What's next?
it might be alcohol.
What am I getting next week?
Maybe alcohol in the human body was one. So I almost was going to do that one.
Oh, I'll get my bruise license. Oh, that's cool. All right.
Oh, I know all about that.
Yeah, I've already passed that one.
yeah. John's a walking example of it.
And I was going to. The other one I had thought about was the first television remote, so you can learn about how to use it. Yeah. Anyway, it's a whole lot of them. I'll find something appropriate for next week. Yeah, what do we got? Let's put on something else.
Yeah, but I've now got a PhD in physics. Brilliant.
You do, yeah.
With a 7.5 minute video. Cool.
That's right. That's how it works. Also, I'm told. Where is he?
Yeah,
Here he
got the
is.
flurfs you can anyway.
Yeah, you got a bloody license.
Okay, very enlightening. Yes, it was spooky. Very enlightening. Is this-
Well, you got. I mean, it doesn't matter who it is. You got to have a bit of Everett, haven't you? You got
You gotta have an Everett.
Oh, Everett. Okay.
This is not. This is CC. This is Everett. I'm talking about CC. So let's see what he's got. It'll be on the same one we saw. Ooh.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Tell them about the flat Earth.
Yes. My earliest memory is arriving.
It's my daughter's birthday. This is a little present for her. She's here with her friends. But I've noticed, look at this.
I was
This
so
is
lucky
this
they
is the
found me.
Smurfs. Remember the Smurfs back in
They took
the
me in.
80s?
Raised me like one of their own.
This movie
And
Super Mario
when I was
Brothers.
ready,
But I've seen so many things that
they made me their princess.
and they're ridiculing flat Earth too. They have a disc. In
Yeah, so's your
space.
wife ridiculing flat Earth.
Crap.
Why don't you go see a psychiatrist?
I already have. They kicked me out
I
of his
want you to
office.
see a psychiatrist.
Come on. You know the Earth is flat. You know it's stationary. Nothing's moving.
Will you tell me one thing, please? How do you get us into these fixes? Very simple. Very simple, Norton. I have a big
Funny enough, I used to remember watching that show.
Yeah, we've been telling CC for years he needs to see a psychiatrist, and his wife has just said so. So yeah, about time, Chris. About time, Chris. Make the appointment.
Can you share this, Granny? Let me have a look, and then I'll see. Dart, we'll have a look. It's hitting midnight here. So,
Hey, Doc, how you going on, mate?
so hang on. Dart would like me to share this. So I'll just have a quick flick what it is first to make sure something I want to share on my channel. Okay, I think we can do that. It's 3 minutes, that's all right. Let's do that. You guys can still see that, can't you? Yeah.
That does look funny. It does look funny. Wow.
Hello, hello.
Pretty much the same. What's it say? I think you get it. There you go. Just for a laugh. My mum never had a trolley. Nowadays they run you over with.
We've got one.
You got one? All right.
Yeah. I'm not
mum's
embarrassed about
definitely
it
got
anymore.
one.
Yeah. I know I've got one. Because I mean, look, we've got a Tesco's which is about. It's not very far away. It's about a 15-minute walk. It's not really far enough to get a taxi because we don't drive. It's not quite far enough to get a taxi. So if we need to do a reasonably smallish shop, not a big one, we'll take the trolley. And we'll just wheel it along the road. We'll take turns to pull it. Because it's not worth getting a taxi.
Well, that's it's coming to the end of the show, guys. At the Peanut Land.
Oh.
Coming to midnight. We can chat for a little while after here, but I might end the stream there. So if you guys want to say goodbye to the Peanuts, I will.
Goodbye, Peanuts.
Bye, Peanuts.
Quick message before I go, if you don't mind. I'm going to do a bit of shilling, if you don't mind. Hopefully, we're going to have another attempt at the SpaceX Starship orbital launch test.
Yeah.
I'm streaming it. I'm going to try and stream it again. So, yeah, look out. I'm not quite sure about the time at the moment. Probably a similar sort of time as it was the other day. So probably about 1 or 2 p.m. my time.
I'm going to rejoin your subscription again, mate. I didn't know.
Going to live, Timbo. Going to live. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the right-hand one.
That one?
There you go. At the top. I can't see what you're pointing at.
The right-hand one.
Second one in from the left.
That's the left-hand one.
There you go. Yeah, second one from the left. That's what I said.
You said the right-hand one.
No, I didn't. I didn't say anything about the right-hand one. Oh, the right-hand one from the two that are the same. Yeah, that's what I meant. Not that one. Yeah, go in that one. That's the one there. Yeah, click on that, copy the link, and then post it in the chat if you don't mind. That'd be nice. Thank you. Why have I got the time at 22:35? What the hell? No, it's not 22:35.
No, because you're seeing it from Timbo's point of view.
Of course, yes.
20,
yes sorry,
you might notice the date might have been a little bit different too.
22 hours time for us is not that time.
No, it's not. I just did.
22 hours for us.
22:35.
Past 1 in the afternoon.
I forget these time zones.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
so, yeah, you can join me.
Look, I posted 2 days ago.
All right, don't take the mick anymore. Thank you very much.
Well, see, Dart's got into that. Yeah, no, I was on that. Did I mention that I got caught out by the... Were you there when I mentioned that I got caught out by that fake stuff? SpaceX guys? What was that?
What?
Yeah, I posted in your thing because I got caught out at work thinking, oh, this is what's going on. I got this thing saying that they had a new launch going on and they were going to take it.
Oh,
so that was
there's a YouTube account that says it's SpaceX Inc.
Yeah.
Right, and I don't know what it is because it's not SpaceX. Because sometimes they play stuff that has got nothing to do with SpaceX or even to do with Elon Musk. So me and my friends within the circles think it's a spoof account to do with SpaceX, but it's been around for months, and God knows why they haven't got rid of it. But most of the time, it just bangs on about crypto, and it plays videos of Elon Musk talking about crypto. But
yeah, that's what it was.
It just looks all wrong. Yeah.
Well, I started watching. This is countdown. That's not right. And then it started talking about crypto and follow these links. And I'm thinking, oh, I'm not going to be following any of those posted links. And
no,
it just looks like a spam. So if anyone comes across it,
yes, if you see anything from SpaceX Inc., just ignore it. It's just a load of garbage and nonsense and just gibberish and
I was just trying to see if I could find
crypto and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, just ignore it. We're pretty sure it's a spoof account and it's nothing to do with SpaceX.
Yeah, this was it. This was it. So if you come across this one,
instructed every time you wanted to fly.
Yeah, SpaceX looks like SpaceX to me. That's when I looked at it. I went through all the
but it's
check
not.
And then why it didn't launch. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. So gave you the impression, but you sit here and I was sitting here watching this and thinking, this isn't right because they're saying, and then it gets down. Oh, then it's the scrub mission. Then after that, it goes to suddenly we get along to here, and then Eon appears. I don't know if it's going to do it. No, I think you got to watch it live.
Oh no, that could. I think that is the genuine account because it says SpaceX. It's not SpaceX Inc.
That might have
no,
been
you've got the right one.
That might be the real one.
No, that is the right. That is the right one. Yeah,
the one I was watching today, which wasn't, definitely looked the same now. So I don't know.
Yeah, because if you look at it closely, it says SpaceX Inc.
It might be on my
INC.
Might be on my work history and not on my home history, which is possible.
Probably. So yeah, if you see one that's SpaceX Inc., just ignore it.
Yeah.
I just had a quick look at the launch window for tomorrow, and it opens at 8:28 Central Time and closes at 9:30 AM Central Time. So that's about, certainly for me and Matt here in the UK, that's about 2:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And there's an hour and 2 minute, a 62-minute window, and for them to go, oh God, just give that valve a clout with a hammer, it'll be all right.
It's always a valve, isn't it? It's bloody valves.
Isn't it just? Yeah, there's always some little thing.
And there's also a solar eclipse tomorrow for anyone who's over in Western Australia who wants to go and look.
Oh, okay.
Oh yes, we're well out of the way of that, aren't we?
I'll just stick over there. I'll take a drive from Canberra over to Perth and up to
In Queensland, we're got half eclipse, not much.
Yeah, I think on that, when I looked at it, we're going to get just the edge of the clip here over in the eastern state. So we'll see. Anyway, not much.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you very much.
No, that's okay. So there you
Goodbye.
go. For those, go and check out Matt's thing tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Oh, thanks, Peanuts. I'm going to say goodbye and push the buttons, and we will be up again. So anyone who hasn't said goodbye, and now's your chance.